this to Mosa. I've said it to a lot of different people on a lot of their channels, and they understood after the fact. Nobody's in denial of our own heritage. That's the audacity of us, to be in denial that we came through slavery and are in denial of being or having African or Caribbean heritages. That has nothing to do with it. But that's a long time ago. We've been inbred, we've been changed, we've been changed to a point where we're so aggressive, they bred the people that beat them fucking down eventually. Now they fear us. But they bred us to be this way. Y'all came over here, y'all weren't bred like we were. Our mixture is so fucked up and so aggressive. That's why you know a Black American when you go globally, because we're more aggressive. We speak up. Some of y'all are passive aggressive in your nature because that's what you grew up in.
Yeah,
we grew up in an era where we were taught to challenge tyranny.
Well, I won't say aggressive because there's a difference between being aggressive and assertive.
We're aggressive and assertive, bro. Don't downplay it. Americans are totally different. You can go into Africa and you can tell an American straight up the back. Versus,
aggressive means I'm going to put, to rest anybody that doesn't agree with me. Our president right now is being aggressive. He's the aggressor. Hey, assertive is, hey, you're doing me wrong, and I'm not going to let you do me wrong. And I'm going to stand on, what I believe in 10 toes down. That's what being assertive is. And that's why I was saying, if you listen to the intro, I said, we're not being aggressive towards anybody. We're being assertive. We're saying, hey, we've been passive. We've had the silent generation. We've had the greatest generation. We've had slavery where our ancestors have been very silent and passive. But now it's gotten to the point where, and you said it a long time ago, Ronan, the Gen Xers have been silent for too long. Now it's time for us to stand up and say something. And that's what we're doing. We're being assertive for what we believe in, because we're not going to let people just run over us. I showed the videos of, Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe and all of them talking about, Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans created hip hop 50-50. And then they're giving their reason. And we're like, hold up. We've been having block parties ever since the 30s and 40s. Hip hop has been around. We just haven't brought it to the forefront. It didn't get to the forefront until other people started to get involved. You all did not create it. You all participated in the creation. Stop trying to, what they call that?
Misappropriate history, cultural history.
Yeah, stop trying to appropriate our culture. That's what white folks have done with, country, rock and roll, and, every other thing. And we were silent to it. We were like, you got that. We're just trying to survive out here. But now, a lot of Black people have gotten past the point of survival to where now we can actually stand on our own 2 feet and now be a little bit more assertive and not be silent anymore. And what's going on is because we're being assertive, now everybody wants to say, hey, what's going on with y'all? Why y'all being so dismissive and divisive? We're not being dismissive and divisive. We're being assertive because we've been so silent. We've let you all in. We invited you all to the cookout, and now y'all trying to take over the cookout. And we're like, hold up, you in our house. Relax. You gotta relax. And that's basically what it is. So
and the whole thing is, we see what's going on. It's not like we're oblivious to it. And believe me, we got our own little things going on in the background. That's why I see people say, "Oh, we got paramilitary troops. We got people that own guns too."
Question. Okay, so look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really educated on the subject. Okay, so ADOS, that's the ones that are born in America or born overseas.
It's the same thing. It's American
descendants of slavery.
Descendants of slavery. It's the same thing as the FBA. It's just a different group that coined the phrase.
Okay, so the Americans
we got about 3 different factions that are basically the same thing.
Okay,
You know what I
so
mean?
you got all this division to make the group even smaller.
Not division, because we're still uniting on the idea. Now
The
we don't
crux,
all have to agree with the idea. And even though you might say I'm ADOS versus FBA, believe me, ADOS and FBA are not arguing amongst themselves. So don't say that.
okay,
Not divided in that.
It's just like travel bros and passport bros.
they the same thing. I got you. Okay, so pretty much all these groups are coming together for the begging for the pity of the white man.
No, we're
wow.
coming to collect the
Why
check
would you
that's
say that?
owed.
There's
saying,
a
when
check
you
that's
talk-
owed. Here's the thing, and this is why you're being dismissive with the way you said it. We're begging the white man. No, the white man said that he was going to give us 40 acres and a mule. We're not asking for any less or any more. That 40 acres and a mule compounded interest over the fucking generations, it was never given to us, is what is owed. That's all we're asking for. Give us our 40 acres and a mule. However you want to decipher that to be. And monetary value, whether it be in land, whether it be in access to education and housing, whatever you want to equal that shit out to be, give us our 40 acres and a mule. We don't want any more, no less. That's it.
So
just what's owed to us. It's not we begging. Everybody else has gotten reparations. Jews have gotten reparations, and we didn't do shit.
The Japanese got them.
Hold on.
Japanese got them. They're not giving us shit, man. They're not giving us shit.
Hold on, because I agree 100%. But why is it when I brought it up just the other day, you guys were defending it like, no, they shouldn't get something. You should pull yourself up.
Who said that? Who said we shouldn't get something?
No,
that's what I agree with. I've never heard that in my life.
I agree with the education from the educational standpoint.
Remember, we were just talking because I remember distinctly we were talking. I said, for the plight of Black Americans in this country, if there is going to be a solution, the solution is going to be through government. And we went back and forth, and you were selling like, oh no. Well, not you and OTO and a few people on the panel were like, no. Blacks need to go in and they need to make their own community, and they need to go in.
You misinterpreted what we were saying about that. What we're saying about that is what we've always done, even in the generations before now. We've always pulled ourselves. What's the phrase? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Mm-hmm. All right. We've always gone out. We developed communities. We developed, like I said, different patents and different types of companies where we were very successful over the generations. But guess what happened? What did we talk about? They kept knocking us back down, burning our cities, taking our fucking titles after they burned the city down because the city building with all the deeds were fucking gone. You get what I'm saying? They kept stealing it back every time we did it. So now it's about digitally figuring out a way to make money while you're waiting for this other shit. Not to wait around for a fucking check for the 40 acres and a mule bullshit. What we're saying is Black people need to go ahead and get it done however best they can within the system. Look, I've learned the system multiple different times, from government to corporate sales, executive level sales, VP, all that bullshit. Okay, but I've taken those best practices and I've been working for myself since 2011. I don't need to work for nobody to cut a check. I know how fucking money works. But see, we're so reliant upon a white man giving us a fucking check. You too scared to step out on your own. You're a fucking CPA. Guess what? You can work for a CPA firm for a couple years, learn all the infrastructure, how a fucking CPA firm works, and go open up your own fucking store front and do your own CPA bullshit. It's your license. It's the same thing I do when I train people how to sell insurance. I worked for insurance a couple of years and I went independent. I'm my own broker. You get what I'm saying? I work my own hours. I'm not paying somebody else just to have the legitimacy of their brand name above me, a commission off of my fucking hard work. Why? Because people buy from people. They don't buy from the company.
Correct. So I agree, but as we've discussed before, as I said before, Blacks are an impoverished. By Blacks, I mean American descendants of slavery. When you don't have, it's like how we were talking about a few weeks back about Big Baller Brand, right? By LeVar Ball and the Three Ball brothers, right?
Yeah.
And how we were talking about how he was selling a $2,000 shoe. He was trying to. Mm-hmm. It's not that the point isn't that Blacks can't do business. It's just that they can't compete and do business at times because They don't own or have any of their own institutions, number one. And on top of not having their own institutions, they don't have means of productions where they're able to compete with things like Nike for a
But
shoe.
the whole thing is, nor do white people. We just piss poor at doing our research. We're fucking lazy.
I don't
The
think
same company, listen, just like Nike, Adidas,
White
and everybody
label
else.
shoes.
Well, listen. Just like they go over to fucking China and have the manufacturing process done, and they come back and stick a fucking label on it and say, "Here's Nike, but it's made in fucking China."
if you think all that goes into the process of making
LeVar
it
Ball
true,
could have went over to China. Those same fucking plants that are making Nike would have cut a time limit on production for those shoes, depending on how much he wanted to process, and they would have processed them with the same amount of care and quality Nike and everybody else did theirs.
no, they
But
would
he
not.
took other avenues.
I don't think they would have. I think
Okay.
at least in the case of LeVar, I do think he had advisors and he was doing his best to make the business.
No, he didn't.
Nike would have paid them to make sure that they didn't have the shoes quality. They would have made sure he failed.
Yeah. And my point is, if you believe that the process of my bad, Prime, I'm gonna let you go afterwards. I know
you
I
good.
cut you off, my bad. If you believe that the only thing that is really going into these shoes is the fact that they're being manufactured in China, I think you're dead wrong. What if you buy a shoe from Adidas or Converse, they get here and you don't like the quality and they tear? You can send them back to Converse or Adidas and then they can replace that shoe. But to have that, you need both supply chain and you need a customer service apparatus in order to do
Correct.
it.
And they didn't have customer service either.
How are you going to have the customer service when the shoe itself is already $2,000 and you're already stretched in just to manufacture the shoe?
But you know how much call center services cost here in the Philippines? You know how much call center services cost in fucking India?
It's not just cost service
It's nothing.
cost. It's not just the call center itself. It's the actual supply chain underneath to get that shoe over.
So if you're selling a shoe for $2,000, but the process of making the shoe might cost you $25,000, which means you have a hell of a lot of profit for support and replacement. Okay,
It's break
the
even.
shoe only costs $25.
No, it does not. No, it does not. Where are you getting
How much
that?
is the shoe?
Hold on
I'm
one
giving
second.
you
Let
an
me.
example.
That's
Listen,
literally
I'm
not
giving you
true.
an example, but here's the problem.
That's not
We're
true.
not talking about shoes. You equated FBA over to a fucking quality of a shoe in one person's decision.
No.
Let's get back to the FBA part.
No. No. You see, I didn't say that. I said I used it as an example of a famous situation that we can all see, where I'm like, listen, part of the reason why this business was not successful is because they did not have the capital to actually do this business. And this notion that you think the shoe is just $25, that's not true. Nike's margin.
Like I said, I just threw out a figure. I don't know what I don't know anything about the
Okay,
guy.
hold on, both of you all.
But let's
Let
get back to
welcome.
FBA business.
Let me welcome Charlie Chan to the stage. How you doing, bruh?
Oh man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. I'm just pulled. I just seen that you guys was going live. I was getting some work done. I just been sitting here listening, but I can't see this many brothers gathering and me not pulling up being a part of it.
Okay. So what side are you on, Charlie?
Oh man, hey, Black Cleaner, I think you too intelligent. You already know the answer.
Oh
Go
man,
ahead,
your
Prime.
phone is going in and out again. But I heard what you said. So
You got
what do
that
you say
T-Mobile phone
to
line.
this whole? What do you have to contribute into the argument? I mean, you can go at anything. The FBA versus the immigrant or the whole tether situation, the whole reparations. What do you have to say about any of it?
I will say this. I don't think there's a other race of people that show most self-hate than black people. If I'm being honest, you got people that'll come out and really argue the side of their oppressors, and that is quite interesting to me. You got Sir Officer Bootlicker over there using that child's passing to show his allegiance to the white people, and that is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. And anybody that don't think so just shows how you think and where your allegiance is at. Just because how you gonna go say, oh no, these are some innocent white kids and you don't even have all the facts. Oh, I went down there and I talked to them and I got some evidence that the police didn't have. So they gonna share some evidence with your nigga ass. That's what you telling me? Come on, man. Let's be honest about this, bro. And you know, I got a lot to say and things of that nature, but at the same time, I'll chill. I'll.
No, man, I done said a mouthful. I need you to chime in. Come on.
But I need to. Well, here's the thing, though. For some reason, when it's all black love, everybody's all inclusive and it's all this, that, and the third. And when everybody go to their respective corners, it's still respected until American black people goes to their corner. Now it's disrespect. Because I get it, you may have some, and here's the thing, and I get it. Like say, it's some FBA brothers out there to where they radical. Like I said, he was a black supremacist. I've never even heard that term. I'm like, what is that? He was like, what is a white supremacist? I was like, oh, I got you, good brother. You know what I mean? I've never heard that term. So when it comes to everybody all inclusive, no matter where your background is from, oh, we are all cool then. But when you say, okay, if y'all from over there, y'all have y'all day, y'all have y'all thing, we can respect it. But when it comes to us having our day and having our thing, oh no, y'all a bunch of whoop slaves, y'all had to beg for y'all freedom, y'all had to do this, that, and the third. And to me, I don't understand it because a person like me that say that I identify with this, I've never disrespected anybody else with their culture, religion, or nothing. But you'll have black people with the same skin color as me and say black American blacks have no culture. The blasphemy about it. It's
Okay,
insane.
Charlie.
Yes, sir.
Charlie.
Yes, sir.
What's good, brother? All right. So I agree. Like I said earlier, I agree with reparations, right? But how long do I got to be at the dance to realize the girl not coming? I'm gonna be there all night, waiting for her to show up to the dance. She never comes, so I'm gonna just sit there all night, or I'm gonna ask another girl to dance.
Well,
This is how I'm looking at. No. Go ahead, Charlie. I want to hear what you got to say.
No, I was just gonna say. Well, I think that's a little bit just off kilter when you just like something is simple as that as a girl going to the dance, and I'll tell you why. For one, they had 400 years of free slavery, so to speak. Two, we understand that they understand the process of reparations because America paid reparations to the Holocaust victims, and America supposedly had nothing to do with that. So make sense to me.
Okay, I said the
They
same
did
thing
have
about the
something to do with it.
Japanese.
They turned away the Jews.
What? The Japanese and Chinese.
Yeah. The Japanese got their bread.
They should have made it right. And then they come on now.
Bro.
And y'all talking about President Obama, he did more for Asians in the rainbow community than he did for his own community. What are we talking about, guys?
Obama's not black.
Look,
He ran
that's
as a
all
black
right.
He's
president.
Nigerian.
All right,
he's Nigerian.
So
You know what I
Nigerians
mean.
aren't black? Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, you know what I mean by black. I don't mean
He's Liberian. He's not FBA. We got you.
No, but yeah, according to y'all, he's not an FBA.
Exactly. We
I say he
understand.
ran as a black president, though.
Yeah.
And this is why we say a lot of people have gotten into politics that have been cosplaying Americans, but they don't have the American agenda because they haven't suffered through their ancestry like we have.
Hey, Charlie.
Okay, and then allow me to double down on that. Allow me to double down on that. Okay, we get it. Obama, he ain't black, but he played the black card. Oh, I wonder who tried to do that behind him. Oh, what's that, Kamala? Or Kamala? Whatever y'all call it. I call it Chameleon. She came out and said she wasn't black until she was running for president. Now it's all black. We all black. We all people. Even though they call her in numerous of lies. I land there, Chris. What you were saying?
Nah, I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? Yeah. Okay, so you said, they got the 400-year head start, right?
Yes, sir.
And kind of like what Prime was saying, hey, bro, they took that shit, bro. They not giving us shit. So ain't no need to bitch about it. You might as well try to make the best out your life right now. I hate to say, I ain't trying to sound like fool.
You know what?
So long ago.
It wasn't. It's still happening. Y'all asked me to talk, and I will.
By copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, This is so interesting to watch. This is so interesting to watch. Check this out.
You were President Biden's pardon attorney, is that correct?
I was the Justice Department's pardon attorney.
You made clemency recommendations to the.
So in 2022, the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances found that the average difference in wealth between a black and a white household in the United States is $1.15 million. If you adjust that household figure for the size of households, you come up with an approximate measure of about $400,000 per person. There are maybe about 47 million blacks in the United States, 40 million of whom would qualify for our under our criteria for eligibility for reparations. Again, Black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved here. So 40 million persons times $400,000 per person would constitute $16 trillion.
Reparations for people of African descent is long overdue. We don't want a piece of freedom. We want the whole package.
The city of Evanston has pledged to give reparations to Black residents.
This is American history.
We want cash payment.
Give us what we're due.
I don't know why they would be given more status than any other group of people.
It was a crime, but no one paid the price.
Hey, before anybody say something, may I reply to what Sick of the Lies just said?
Go ahead.
Sick of the Lies, bro, you know I got all due respect for you, but that type of rhetoric is almost like house nigga language. And I'll tell you why. Because when you say, oh, they just took that shit,
Hello?
You going in and out, bro.
Out, Charlie.
Sit still, Charlie.
Shit, yeah, they kick me out.
You
of
on
this
that damn
motherfucker.
phone? No, you
No,
here.
we can hear you. You just
Oh,
lagging
okay.
a little bit.
Okay. I was like,
Sit your ass down somewhere. You moving around too much
but
on
yeah,
that
no,
phone.
that's the same thing as Uncle Ruckus being on the plantation. Why would you run from here? We got it good here. We get to eat, we get to sleep, and don't have to pay for it.
The story of Patrick
I
Freeman.
Most deaf a bunch of times on these channels. Those that trade their freedom for peace don't deserve either. And I land there.
Hey, Charlie.
Hold on, Sick of
Hold
the
on.
Lies. The thing is
Does anybody know? Let me hold on. We got another person that just got
What's
added
his
to the stage. Maya Sisters.
I don't know necessarily. I know a Maya, but I don't know Maya's
That might
sister
be
unless she
wrong.
changed her
We
name.
got a large.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I was just online and I saw your show.
That's a dude.
That's a dude.
Yeah, that's a man.
Uh-oh, Black Queen.
Hang him up.
No, I am a female. I am a female.
Oh, okay. You must be older. Okay.
I am. Actually, I'm an elder. I'm 61 years young.
Thank you for calling in or coming in. What's your point of view? What's your perspective?
Are you FDA?
I am FDA. My mother's side of the family, they hail from Mississippi, and on my father's side is Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Mississippi, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, my grandmother, she was born in this little
That's Tam.
called Iola.
No, it's somebody. She's let her speak.
It's called Iola. I went there when I was a little girl. I barely remember it now.
Okay. So you heard the conversation. I don't know if you heard my part of it or you've heard
It's
some
not my
others.
turn. I was just asking questions, but please continue, man.
But yeah, where are you at with this conversation right now? From what you've heard.
Well, I will tell you, my position has evolved. At first, I was a Pan-Africanist. And as time went on and as I just started to observe what was going on, I have moved to fully being FBA supporter. As I said before, I am an elder. I fall in as an early a young baby boomer or an elder Gen X. And I see for my generation that we really do have to delineate and protect our traditions and our history, and also the benefits, those hard-earned benefits that we won under civil rights for the next generation. Right. And we just can't continue to allow people to come in and dilute our heritage. Right now, there are people who have access to our benefits and they just got here. You have the gays who are considered a minority and they qualify under our programs. You have white females. You have immigrants, people who just got here. So so the way it's going, we're getting nothing. We're getting the short end of the stick. Our policy needs are not being heard, and they're not being advanced. And I'm just really excited with the youth and hearing you all put together. I mean, it's still, I would have to say, in terms of FDA, your talking points are still underdeveloped. I'm not hearing a legal argument, but I am very excited that you see there's a problem and you're trying to figure it out. You know there's a problem. The next step is advancing a legal argument where you can prevail in the courts. And that requires some research, and that requires some talented attorneys to do it.
The United Nations.
And possibly the United Nations. I'm not an attorney. I don't know if what's the best legal route. If it's working our way up through the courts and up through the Supreme Court, or going the United Nations route. I can't say because I'm not a legal expert, but from what I'm hearing and what I believe, I think the best thing to do is to frame it in terms of a denial of, let's say, property or property right. It just can't be exclusively about race. It has to be a denial of a privilege that we were entitled to. That's how I see it in my head. How to make the reparations argument. But as I said before, I am just excited for millennials, Generation Z, your energy concerning the FBA movement. And so I totally support it. And we elders, we're waking up. We understand that the civil rights movement has been insufficient. A lot of people may not say that my age, but we know that we just cannot continue doing what we're doing. Yeah.
Maya, you're making me feel real old because you said you're 61 and you're elder. I'm 58, about to turn 59. I am not no elder like that. I'm still just an OG unk. Don't make me that old. Don't make me feel that old. Please don't.
Yeah, baby boomers on the line.
Where are you at, Miss Maya?
I'm in the Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry for making you all feel old, but
no, you're good. I'm just joking around, but yeah, I don't feel like I'm a senior or an elder like that.
Hey, ma'am, I like to apologize for the voice to be off. You are a woman. I want to apologize.
That's okay. Sometimes my voice can be an octave lower. So no offense taken.
Thank you.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, I was about to say you have the Edith from Archie Bunker type of voice. So that's what it was.
I thought she was Dookie calling me.
Where are the ladies?
We got a few in the chat. Tam is in the chat. That's who we thought you were, Tam, maybe. Playing
well, I'm just gonna. I like to stay up on the panel, but
You can.
but I'm gonna turn my mic off, and I want to hear from the females. I hope.
I wish they would chime in. Yeah.
I like to respond to Charlie.
Go ahead.
Okay, Charlie. I agree with everything you said, brother. I wish that we could get that. I'm more of a realist, brother. More of a realist. When I say they took that shit, they did. I mean, because there's nothing we're gonna do about it to make them do to give us what we deserve. What I said earlier, that's what it takes, bro. It takes chaos and anarchy to get your way. That's the only thing they understand is violence. That's the only thing they understand. They're not gonna ever give us anything. You know why? Because they already created us to be the public enemy of the world. Even though they cause more chaos than anybody. They created us to be, so nobody's gonna have sympathy for us. Nobody's gonna have empathy for us. We have to take what we want. If we ain't willing to take it, we ain't gonna get anything. So I don't care if you consider yourself a FDA, a PBA, a TDT, you're not gonna get anything unless you go out there and get it yourself. That's the Booker T. Washington mode of doing things. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Or you can go out there and get this welfare. That's your option.
Well, hold on now, Chris. You know, I'm not from my perspective, right? I don't think that's necessarily the only way. Like, look at for example, the current Trump administration. Now, regardless of what you think, what the political slant is, you got to think since 1965 or 7. When was Roe v. Wade? The political right in America, specifically evangelicals, have been trying to get that reversed. And, you know, probably that whole entire generation of people have died, or they're very old now. But here we are in 2026. Not only have, you know, the political evangelicals won in that they've managed to get Project 2025 through, but they've also managed to get Roe v. Wade reversed. And then on top of getting it reversed, they've managed to successfully roll back several of the civil rights protections that we have in place through executive order. And simultaneously, you know, if we're looking at some of the mid sectors and the manufacturing hubs, we're seeing Donald Trump through executive order essentially impose brand new tariffs and new restrictions to limit and or significantly disincentivize immigration into the United States. So it's definitely something possible, because if you thought about it 10 years ago, back when I was in high school, you know, legal people in the legal professions, they didn't think that Roe v. Wade was going to get overturned. But here we are today because those people kept fighting and they kept struggling and they eventually got what it is that they need. Even though the overturning of Roe v. Wade and most people agreed with Roe v. Wade. But yeah, here we are. So I think it's possible.
I hear you.
Let me play this video real quick and let me see what y'all think about this. This is actually kind of proof that, you know, we can get reparations. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Because of a woman. And by the time most people learned her name, she was already cleaning other people's houses just to keep her. They called it the house that Ruth built, not because of a man, because of a woman. And by the time most people learned her name, she was already cleaning other people's houses just to keep her own lights on. Her name was Ruth Brown. In the early 1950s, she gave Atlantic Records 5 #1 R&B hits. Teardrops from My Eyes, 5, 10, 15 Hours, Mama He Treats Your Daughter Mean. She sold so many records that industry insiders started calling Atlantic the house that Ruth built, years before Ray Charles or Aretha Franklin ever walked through that door. But under her contract, every recording session, every tour bus, every promotional expense got charged straight back against her royalties. When she left the label in 1960, according to her own memoir, Miss Rhythm, Atlantic told her she didn't have money coming. She owed them $30,000. Despite selling millions of records, she hadn't seen a royalty check since. So for the next 15 years, the woman whose voice built a record label's fortune worked as a maid, a school bus driver, and a teacher's aide on Long Island, just to raise her 2 sons. Here's the turn nobody sees coming. In 1975, an old friend, comedian Red Fox, pulled her back into show business with a walk-on role on Sanford and Son. That single appearance kicked off a stage and screen comeback, a Tony Award in 1989 for Black and Blue, a role as Motormouth Maybelle in John Waters' Hairspray, a Grammy for Blues and Broadway. And once Ruth Brown had a platform again, she didn't just enjoy it, she went to war. Working with entertainment attorney Howell Beagle and civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, she spent nearly 11 years pressuring Atlantic and its parent company to make things right. In a 1997 NPR interview, she put it plainly, "I refused to beg because I was going to fight for what was mine." She won. Atlantic forgave her debt, cut her a settlement check, and, this is the part that actually changed the industry, agreed to pay back royalties to dozens of other artists from her generation, according to Blackpast.org's historical archive. The label also funded the Rhythm and Blues Foundation with roughly $1.5 million, an organization that has since distributed millions more to musicians the industry had left behind, many of them black artists from the 50s and 60s who never got paid what they were owed. Ruth Brown didn't just get her own money back, she rewrote the rules for everyone who came after her. She wasn't fighting one man who wronged her, she took on an entire institution. And the institution blinked first. So here's what I want to know. How many more artists from that era never got their Ruth Brown moment, and never will? Drop a name in the comments if you know one. Like this, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and follow Black History Unfiltered, because the real story is never just the hits, it's who actually got paid for them.
All right, so what do y'all think about that?
Again, historical facts are when it comes to what FBA have done in the past. You know, that gets erased, that we don't have no culture, we don't have any influence on a global scale when we have effectively influenced the whole world in multiple different aspects, not just music, not just athletic.
But the key thing is that we just kept persevering, even though everybody told her, just give it up, continue cleaning them houses, because you ain't gonna get that money. Once she had a chance, and that's all it took. It just took that one opportunity that Red Fox gave her, and that became the catalyst that started everything. To where she was able to get enough money to actually hire the lawyers needed to be able to fight the fight, to be able to get the money that she was owed. And once it was able to win that fight, not only did it help her, but it helped the other people who was actually robbed by Atlantic as well.
Yeah. And there's a thing that they call in law and also in government contracting. It's called piggybackable. Once something has been established on a legal ease, people can reuse that case in order to promote and prosecute their own cases. So it behooved those companies, once one case was lost, to be forthright in updating or correcting past transgressions against others of similar note before they all get taken or take them to court. You know, so sometimes it's proactiveness. Once you've been proven once wrong, not to have to keep on going back to court repeatedly. Same thing in government contracting. Once you've eliminated all the competition for a certain product, it doesn't have to go back out to bid. You can allow other government agencies to piggyback on that contract. It's already gone through the testing of whether it's the lowest price available. But go ahead.
Yeah. That basically, what you're basically talking about is a precedent. You know, once a precedent has been set, all you got to do is just bring up that precedent to be able to, prove your argument once again.
Right.
Charlie Chan, you just got back on. You have anything to say?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
we can
sir.
hear you.
Loud and clear. Just sit still.
What first came to my mind, like, damn, record labels been fucking over people longer than I thought.
Always.
That's
You
part
see
of the
Cadillac
business.
record?
Oh, damn, they was fucking over people back in the what was those small records called 4.5s?
Yep.
Yeah, they were
45,
messing
yeah.
over people back then. When cassette tapes weren't even invented yet. And here's the thing, y'all know Motown because that's the record label that they said that she was a part of, right?
She was a part of Atlantic.
Atlantic, okay, which is also was more or less a black record label at that, right?
No, it wasn't a black record. They had black artists, as you said. You know, Ray Charles was a part of Atlantic. Who else was a part of Atlantic?
Okay, well, what's the name?
Actually, I think Clive was a part of Atlantic. Actually, yeah, Clive was one of the people that actually was one of the main parts before he started J Records.
Okay.
He's the one that founded, you know, a lot of like Whitney Houston and a lot of those artists over there. And he was one of the people that was robbing those artists as well.
Yeah. We have been our biggest enemy for some time now, but if I'm keeping it a buck, man, that's the nature of business. Like, and I bring up a lot of times, look how Ray Kroc, the biggest fucking number in history, if you ask me, is what Ray Kroc did to the McDonald's brothers. All much outside of that. On the business, these men couldn't even use their own last name. So in business, it's a cutthroat thing, man. It's definitely cutthroat. Now, am I saying like it was right or wrong? No, I'm just saying in business it's cutthroat, and we have that all throughout American history. Not just white, not just black, but all goddamn races.
True.
Hey, Black Cleaner, underneath the big part of the StreamYard, you can click the button that has the bigger frames, because that video threw us all off to the side, so they can't really see us all.
Oh, hold on a second. Sorry.
There you
Is that
go.
better?
Yep.
So let me ask you guys, what would you think I have my own theories, but what would you think a reparation framework? Would it just be cash payments? What exactly would you guys aim to
The brother that he played said $400K, you know, per person out of the 47 million potential black people in America, which is only 12% of the population. 40 million he's equating to being ancestors of descendants of slaves. So when it comes to that, you're talking about 400K, which is $16 trillion is by his definition. Now, hey, they got all these national forests. Listen. He said 400K, 16 trillion. What I'm saying is,
get it back the next day.
Listen, give me some of that national land that y'all own that ain't giving out to nobody. Give me a little portion of that. I don't give a fuck about the 400,000. Give me 20 acres of that shit that ain't nobody using, but the government wants to own it and hold on to it and not do shit with it. Give me 20 acres of that and I'll be good. I don't need your $400,000.
I agree with Ronan wholeheartedly because to answer the question, it don't have to be in the form of a cash payment.
No.
Form of land, property, because these are the cornerstones of wealth. It could be in the form of free education for all FBA people that comes from this. These are the cornerstones of wealth that you have deprived people of. And let's not talk about the fact that when black people was doing their own thing, as if the Irish did and the Italians did, they came in and actively destroyed that. Let's not act like we don't know about labeling.
Man, YouTube don't want you to win, Charlie Chan. Every time you get on your rant and your horse, you start dying out on the back of your voice.
Ain't that some shit? I don't know. I got to turn it.
Hey, yeah, I agree.
You've been silent.
Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead. Who was talking?
I was thinking.
Go ahead. I think Black.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all. Y'all get it.
No, see.
So go ahead, Chris, because you was the only one talking. I was about to refer to Florida Ryan, but since you spoke up.
No, I was just saying, like, okay, I think a condition, and this probably some people ain't gonna like this. I think a condition to, if they do reparations, a condition to receive reparations is you have to, you know, be educated in financial literacy before you receive benefits. And also, I think they should.
I think that would be nice, but there was no stipulations on reparations given out to any other culture. Why are you asking for stipulations on our culture?
Because I want them. I want.
No. I know it's a fact that it would help them, but at the end of the day, we don't need any stipulations on something that's owed to us in order to get it.
Gotcha,
And
cool.
then who's gonna be the one that's testing them? Who's gonna be the one that's providing this education? Because if you are relying on your oppressors to educate you, wouldn't they just miseducate you in that factor in that form?
Or
Hey,
charge such an exorbitant fee that it becomes impossible.
hey,
Exactly. Yep, I agree with that.
okay, like I said, that's one thing I said. Free education. Let's like as far as like with housing, like fair rates and all that shit, kind of like how the VA, how veterans get benefits with different things, whatever. Blacks
Yeah,
have benefits and all kind of stuff, right? First right of refusal with contracts, with government contracts.
that's all
Uh,
nice. That sounds good.
yeah, because if you don't do the put the financial literacy, condition in there, they'll have the money back in 3 years. They have all their money right back, and we'll be in the same situation. So what's
Well,
the point of giving them?
let me give you some pushback on that.
Go ahead,
Life numbers
Chris.
gonna skyrocket.
man.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
gonna
got a Bentley.
see now, Cool
No,
King. You
hold
got to go
on.
along
But
with the
see, the thing
stereotype.
about it
You
is
got to go
this:
along with the stereotype, Cool King.
if that was the
You
case,
heard that,
why
Roman?
wouldn't they just hurry up and give it to us? Because they already know it's going to go back to them anyway, and then they can say,
Right.
"Hey, we gave you the reparations. Y'all just put it in the hands of Cadillac and Bentley and everything. What do you want us to do?" Wouldn't it have been a good idea for them to actually do that? Just give us
Yeah.
the money. Oh, y'all want
Then you
400,000
can't
here?
complain no more. Hey, we gave it to you. Y'all fucked it up. Now you ain't got shit to say.
Exactly.
They
That
not.
part.
They don't have to. That's why. Because if they wanted to, they would. That's the money they spent during COVID. That's the money they spent when they bailed out the
Yeah,
bank.
on
That's the money they
Ukraine, on the
spent for
small
war.
hats. They
Yeah,
sent
the
money
money
over to
there.
Ukraine, the small hats. They
Yeah,
sent that money
they
multiple times over to other people.
they don't have to, so they won't. That's what I'm trying to pretty much say. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get mine. So I ain't finna just sit back and wait for them to do nothing for
Exactly.
me. That's what I mean by
And,
get your shit, get out there
right.
and
And
get it.
that's the point of what O2O was saying the other day and myself. Is like, look, while you
I agree
waiting,
with
you
that.
still don't need to be
In the
sitting
meantime,
still. Y'all need
no
to go
matter
get
who
it for
win, ain't
yourself
nobody coming to
and
file
add
an
to your
election, or
wealth
ain't
by the
nobody
time it
coming and
comes
knocking on your
around.
door and say,
And
"We
then
made it, man. You ain't got to work no more."
in the
Well,
meantime,
Chris,
when
you
I
are
say in the
thinking about
meantime, I mean till you die. No, I don't work anywhere. I'm a welfare recipient.
Damn.
But you understand, getting your benefits because we all. I mean, we do have a couple of vets on here, and
Right.
we just didn't, just get out of the military, and then they automatically just handed us, 80 or 100% disability. We had
hmm
to actually fight for that benefit. So, but were we sitting around waiting for it? Like, oh,
Yes.
it's gonna come anytime. No, we went to work. We was doing what we needed to do in order to, keep food and on a roof over our head, and
Shit,
actually
by the time I
to be
got
able
that
to create
100%, I was
businesses and
already
things.
financially set. That's just extra money.
hmm
Exactly. So that's the key right there. But the whole thing that I want to get into was how we got into the whole reason for this diaspora debate was the fact that there were people who were in the immigrant community that was, pretty much coming in and undermining what we was talking about. So I wanted to, give them the floor to, excuse me, Ryan, Prime,
Oh shit, he calling
KB,
names and shit.
because those are the ones that are on our panel right now, that have that perspective.
Wait, who said anything about undermining the black community in the pursuit of reparations or some form of justice?
Well, I was showing some of the videos earlier. I don't know if you got on late, where they were showing, that there were a lot of immigrants that was, basically saying bad things about us, and also saying, hey, we don't believe that you all deserve it. You're free. That's good enough. Y'all
Eh,
need to suck it up. I came from, I used to walk 15 miles a day to be able to go to school. Y'all got free electricity and all of that stuff. What are you all over here? Y'all got it good. What are you over here,
Oh, you're
worrying
lying.
about
Electricity
reparations
ain't
for?
free.
yeah, I mean, see, Black Cleaner, you're always gonna find a group of idiots no matter where you go. The Cubans in South Florida
You hear
all
me?
voted for Trump. You know, if just Hispanics voted last election, then the Republicans would have won Donald Trump specifically would have won every single state except for New York and California. And now those same people are kind of struggling because many of their families are not only getting deported, but on top of that, due to the trade war, many of their businesses were getting products from China to resell in the United States. And now their businesses are effectively kaput. You're always going to find a group of idiots. You can't really take a look at the worst possible arguments and say, hey, these people have any form of validity. People will make stupid decisions and say and do stupid things. For Donald, like they had a song. It was crazy. They had a song and everything.
Poetic justice.
And Trump, they basically discarded them as soon as he won the election.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that you said that. So, okay, you just called those group of people idiots. So now, why are people getting mad because we're calling those group of idiots tethers?
I don't think anyone is getting mad. Is anyone getting mad?
Who?
Yeah, I think
I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know what the fuck it is. What is a fucking tether?
I don't even know what a tether is.
It's a derogatory term for an immigrant that doesn't appreciate the value that the American people gave to them and the advantages they have for being here in America.
That sounds like some white power stuff. That sounds like some white power stuff.
It sounds like a person who, as what KB was describing, a group of idiots that want to align themselves with the oppressor and are doing what they can in order to keep the extra butter biscuits to themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Who is it? Vivek Ramaswamy, Vivek, who was part of the Trump campaign. They dragged that man. No butter biscuit denied. You saw what happened to that man? Can't even run in Ohio anymore. Jesus. They had him Photoshop with his shoes off. Because you know what they say about Indians. They had him Photoshop with his shoes off, and Trump just stood by.
Wow.
What happened?
Vivek, who was running with Donald Trump during the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So he, he had a lot of things to say, and then he flew too close to the sun after Donald Trump won the election. So he thought he was going to start saying some stuff about the white people and whatnot, and they shut that shit down immediately. They got him out of there. He was fired immediately, and no butter biscuit, no soft landing, nothing. And Trump won't even endorse him to go run in Ohio either. So, yeah.
Okay. So, do you agree with that, Ryan? That every every tether is an immigrant, but every immigrant isn't a tether?
I don't know. To this day, I still don't know what the hell a tether is. If it's just like a made up term, then to me it means nothing. It's not in the dictionary. It's not a real thing.
Okay.
I just think it's a disrespectful. I don't really buy into the tether thing. I think it's weird.
But have you heard it? Being in Miami, and have you heard people? Because Prime and both of you all, when y'all first came on, y'all did bring up the argument of back in the days when, in the 80s and the 70s, when immigrants first arrived, everybody was an African booty scratcher.
Yeah, but okay, so tether, if that's more like just a modern term, like just an insult for immigrants, then I think it's just childish. I don't really have an opinion on it. Like, I've never been called one, and I've never used the term. I just it's a word that to me doesn't sound pleasing to the ear. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't know.
It's like getting called a
jive. Here's the point.
It's lame, man.
It's not meant to be pleasing to your ear. Just like nigga was never
Well,
meant
here's
to
the
be
thing.
pleasing to ours.
Nigga sounds pretty. Hey,
You know
nigga
what I'm
sounds
saying?
pretty cool to me.
Man, it's basically saying that, and another. How you call
well,
another
here-
black person a
and this
nigga?
is
You
just
can't
my
really. So, what are you saying? You're gonna come up with a term that's gonna be kind of like unpleasing to the ear and a little insulting when it's being said.
Hindu Indians coming to America, and they are. And this is a real thing.
There you go
because
again. That
they
voice
was
is
afforded
going
certain
again.
things. They pose as black to get in certain aids and stuff. Those, in my opinion, what I've been taught, those would be the definition. They're tethering this to the FBA community or the.
Charlie, you keep
Charlie,
dropping
speak
in
up.
and out,
Speak into the
man.
mic.
Oh man, y'all want me to be yelling in this joint? Y'all gonna have my whole apartment building?
You gotta sit still,
No,
bro.
just
It's
speak
not
in.
like you're walking around and you keep dropping in and out based on your signal.
The whole Hindu Indian things when they was coming over here and they was getting into colleges under the assumption that they was black and things of that nature because they worded it that way. They was getting certain things afforded to them because it was for the black community. That's what my definition of a tether is. A person that's using, an individual that's using the identity of another race to advance themselves.
You know what? Some of these scholarships are written in a type of terminology where it's kind of vague that allows certain people in. People of color is not descriptive of just saying black people.
What's happening? Is anybody?
You get what I'm saying?
Is my sound going out?
So it's the way your sound keeps going in and out.
Can you hear Ronan?
No, I can't hear Ronan. I'll drop down and come back up.
You got to look at some of the T's and C's of how contracts are written and how scholarships are written that allow people from outside agencies, people of disadvantage. That could be a white woman.
Damn, I can't.
You know what I'm
shit
saying?
now.
So it's just the terms that are used inside of who qualifies for it that allowed a lot of people to take advantage of those
I can't
systems.
hear nothing.
Okay. Ronan, nobody can hear you, so Charlie and Ryan just dropped out.
I can hear him.
Chris, are you still there? Because I'm not looking at the board.
Chris, are you there? Can you hear Black Cleaner?
Yeah.
All right.
Can you hear Ronan?
Yeah, I can hear him. Y'all ready to go to war?
War for what? I've been to war a couple times. What you mean?
Okay. Because I'm with it. If it ever hit the fan, I'm with it.
Y'all ain't see my arsenal that's sitting in the house? Not here, but back in America.
Nah, we good. Don't worry about it. Just keep it. Keep your cachet put away.
Okay, keep on going. What were you saying, Ronan?
No, I was just talking about damn, I forgot what I was saying. Where'd Black Cleaner go? But at the end of the day, it's just like, with this whole situation with FBA, nobody's in denial who we are as people. Okay. But it is a thing in America, if you know anything, we've been here a while, where they always say we're always last to start planning something. So when we're first to start planning something, now here comes all the haters saying, you guys are doing this, you're trying to be separatists, you're trying to be this, that, and the other thing. Well, guess what? In your cultures, you have tribalism. We're not talking down to you about your tribalism within your own cultures that you come from. So when you come here, you see this one united front and say all black people are the same, but yet and still you don't take advantage. You take advantage of it until you don't. And that's the difference. You'll say you're black, and then when it comes to celebrating a win, it stops being we're all black to, hey, the Caribbeans are doing great. Hey, the Haitians are excelling. Hey, this culture and that culture, Jamaicans, this, that, and the other. But we're all black Americans. When it comes to time to protest, when the immigration and ICE started coming in, all of a sudden we're all black again. Somalis who don't claim to be black, all of a sudden wanted black people to start reacting and protesting because Somalis were getting ready to get kicked out of the United States. It's funny how that fucking happens. You're black when you want to be, and you don't want to be black when you don't want to be. But then you want us to react to everything that goes on in the United States. And we're just tired. We're not doing it no more. You talk yourself into that shit. It's like people selling wolf cookies when you're popular. Get yourself out.
Charlie, I know you got something to say to that. Can you hear him now?
Yeah. No, my thing is, and I can only speak for my perspective. My thing is this. I respect people, especially if we are the same hue. You know what I mean? I respect that no matter where you come from, whether you Bohemian, whether you Haitian, whether you Jamaican. I respect that, and I would never ever talk down on anybody's culture where they come from or anything. But in a lot of cases, it seemed like I'm not afforded, or my people is not afforded that same respect. That's just like almost when I'm around like people that's not like say FBA and they talking about quote unquote dirty black Americans. They be like, oh no, we ain't talking about you, Chan. How's that any white person saying, oh no, you're one of the good ones, we're not talking about you. So I just think it's a lot to think about, and I also think this is a good conversation to have, just because of the diversity of the panel. You know what I mean? Like I say, my goal is not to ever put down anybody, because everybody have their own culture, their own history, and things of that nature. It's just like I just would ask for the same respect. That's all.
Hey, I dropped a picture down there if you want to pull it up. That's my great grandfather or cousin or something like that from World War I.
Okay.
That's a Broussard, World War I uniform.
Ooh.
My family been here.
Oh, I got a picture like that too, Ronald.
Yeah. No, that just showed you how cemented we are. You know what I'm saying? And how our history is so embedded that we are not going to ignore any one slight against our ancestors. Not only fought for this country, but bled for it. When you don't have any skin in the game, you can be impartial about how you talk. When you reverence your history and your ancestors, then you're like, oh, hell no, we're not going to let you get away with that.
Agreed.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes I listen to another podcast, and they're primarily Black and African and Caribbean immigrants or children of immigrants. And something, I'm hearing an echo.
SKP, you might want to mute
your phone.
Yeah, and something that a reoccurring theme that I'm hearing from many Black immigrants is that they want FBAs to invest in Africa.
Right.
And the issue is, and it's something that I have spoken to some of them about, is that Africa is just too unstable right now for private investors.
Exactly.
They're just not ready. And at times they can get very, very honest. I don't know if you all have seen the news reports about Haiti. Haiti is collapsing. I mean, the circumstances there are just dire. And one African immigrant said that in 5 to 10 years, the African...
Did my sound go out, or was that hers?
No, it's you, because she's still talking.
She's still talking. Go ahead, continue, Miss Maya.
Yeah, he's concerned that in about perhaps 5, 10, 15 years, there will be countries in the African continent that will be collapsing as well. And so they really want FBA to invest, but it's something that just can't be done overnight. It would take a substantial infusion of cash, and it would have to be a long-term investment for many of those countries because of not just outdated infrastructure, but no infrastructure at all in some of those countries. So,
right. And not
Yeah.
too many incentives are given out by their cultures that are encouraging us to come. But yet, and still, if you have a white investor or a white country coming in, they get all kind of incentives.
Facts. And I was going to say that because I mean, you have the Chinese that are already over there and they're building infrastructure, but at the same time too, they're giving out contracts that basically say, "Hey, if you don't pay us, we're
We
going to
own
take
your land."
control over this.
Yeah.
It's ours." And so they expecting us to be a little bit more lenient in our. Once again, they're looking for us to invest because they're looking for for us to be exploited in that regard. Because a lot of us that do go over there are being exploited to the
And that's
point
the
where a
point.
lot of
We'll
us
go
will
over.
have to come back.
Right,
Go
and
ahead.
that's the point. We'll go over to Africa in reverence. Oh, this is the motherland. Oh, this is where my ancestors started. So we'll go over there in reverence. They come over here to fucking take advantage of and pilfer the United States. They don't come over here with the same reverence as maybe us going to our cultural roots based on our ancestry or whatever, and kind of honoring, this historical journey that our family has had. We go over there in reverence. They don't come over here in reverence. They come over here because it's the YT man's land, not ours. And they have that mentality of conquering and taking and dismantling things without honoring the black people
If I
that
may,
allowed
can
them
I
to
add
come
something
in
as well?
to do that. Go ahead.
Do you think it's most Africans? Are you talking about Africans or certain black immigrants in general?
Both in
Black
general.
immigrants in
Generalize and say that it's all African or Caribbean immigrants. But what I will say is that there does appear to be a need or an agenda, I should say, with many African immigrants. They see their country is about. They see their country is about to collapse. I mean, they sense it. They know what's going on, and and oftentimes when you talk to them, they will prop up their country and say, how it's the land of milk and honey, but there are some serious problems there, and they need an infusion of cash. And the multinational corporations that have invested in their country, it's been predatory capitalism. They just extract the resources, they take the money, and they go. They're not rebuilding Africa or the Caribbean, and that's the problem. And they're hoping that that we will do it, that we will come and do it. So I just wanted to just share that with you all.
I agree with
I
you.
believe that we can do it. I mean, but we just have to do it the same way that the other corporations are doing it. Just like with Jamaica. Okay, you go to Jamaica, as they say, all of these resorts are being built on Jamaica, and they don't have control over their beaches. Okay, so it's the corporations. They're coming over there. They have their own people. They have their own business models. They pool their own resources together, and then they go and then they implement and they set up, the resorts. They set up the commercial buildings, the high rises, and because they're able to set up their own infrastructure there, they're able to benefit off of it. And a lot of times, because I'm here in Panama, and what I see is you have a few expats that are retired that will, invest in real estate, or they'll, start a business or something. But then when you try to get the other black expats to be able to do the same thing, they're saying, nah, I'm done. I done worked my, 40 years. We leaving that up to you. Y'all the younger generation have to do that. I'm just trying to retire and live my life as it is. So, but you have on the flip side, the white tea expats, they will always come together and find an area and pool their resources together and go gentrify that whole area. And all we do is we just become consumers of the area that they gentrify. And I think that's one of the things that does need to change, that we need to be able to come and start gentrifying pooling our resources and gentrifying areas ourselves.
Right. And what she was saying real quick, what she was saying is absolutely true. A lot of cultures come over here. I know I've heard Canal say it. I've heard several people, oh, Caribbeans and Haitians are coming over and we're excelling. We're making all kind of money. We're doing so great. But they won't go back home and fix the countries they came from.
Hold on.
But they'll encourage American, like Maya said, to go over to their country and help rebuild and infuse cash into their society and their infrastructures. But they have successful, well-adjusted immigrant Americans that came from those cultures that won't go back to do it themselves. Now you can go, KB.
Sure. To answer Maya's question, and I'm Haitian, so I'll illuminate a little bit. You know, yeah. You know, it's twofold, right? First, typically, at least me personally in my life, I've never really seen too many situations where, you know, blacks or FBAs or ADOS are being asked to invest within the Caribbean and into places like Haiti and whatnot. The problem with these places,
really?
To be completely honest with you, not really. Not really. Maybe it's I'm not saying that there aren't people who are saying this, but I don't know if it's the majority. I've seen this very, very rarely. But to illuminate, it's a problem of both corruption and I think a history of colonialism. Yes, you know, people will say, like, you know, we can infuse capital into the country, but the problem is all the money essentially gets stolen, right, before it even touches anything or does anything that it can even you know, do with. One example is one senator who essentially sold the rights of the airport in Port-au-Prince, the main airport, for 99 years. He had no authorization, and he got a kickback from the deal as well. This was during the previous administration, right? And you know, people will say things like, you know, they need to go back and fix their own countries. It's not because Haitians haven't tried in the past to fix their own countries. Significant efforts have been made, like in the Lavalas party, right? Before I left Haiti, they had the Lavalas party. A coup was done within Haiti to overthrow the Lavalas party, right? And the United States government and the Clinton administration immediately recognized a new Haitian government after the coup. Additionally, it was found out that the person who organized the coup, the then general, was within the pockets of the CIA for the past 20-30 years, from the time he was a colonel within the Haitian military. Or we can even go as far as back. How many people know that within the 20th century, Haiti was occupied for 30 years? There was the first Haitian occupation within the 19th century, and then there was the second Haitian occupation after World War I and II. And this was over the course of 30 years. And even after the occupation, U.S.-backed dictators were placed within Haiti. Dictators like François Duvalier, and then his son Jean-Claude Duvalier. François managed to maintain power within Haiti through a military junta, and was supplied weapons from the U.S. government because the U.S. felt threatened in having the exact same situation in Cuba happen in Haiti as well. So it's not, yeah.
Are you saying that wouldn't have happened if they didn't interfere?
No, it would not have happened if they did not interfere into the politics of Haiti to install these people. That's what I'm saying. So while I can agree and say that, yes, you know, FBAs and ADOS are very right in what they're saying, I'm not going to come in and say that, you know, the immigrants that are flowing into the United States, take even somewhere like Colombia or Guatemala or Panama with its canal. Guatemala had 3 lawfully elected presidents overthrown by U.S.-backed forces and within the CIA. Not just Guatemala, but even Colombia. Part of the major problems that Colombia had today with the rise of Escobar and the narco traffickers was specifically due to the U.S. supporting a crushing and brutal dictatorship within Colombia to essentially pull these countries into their own sphere of power and prevent any transformative change or popular change that could have happened within those countries. And if there was change that did happen, they went in with U.S. forces to overthrow that lawfully elected government or any revolution that could have changed the country to something better, like what they did in Afghanistan. But what do you think, Maya?
Okay, I cannot contest the history of U.S. intervention. I am not going to dispute what you said.
Cape Approach is in the back. Sorry, Maya. Cape Approach is in the back. I don't know if you brought him up or not. Black Cleaner.
I'll drop down so he can come up.
No, there's only 6 people. There's more. You can bring up to 10 people in the room. You ain't got to come
Who's educated Pookie?
I don't know if that's Cape Approach or not. An educated Pookie could be everybody, even including Nat Neezy. You got to ask him.
You need to cam up. If you don't cam up, I'm not going to allow you on because we don't need any.
Just for a second, you ain't get to cam up on the show, but you need to cam up so we know who you are.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maya. I'm sorry. We housekeeping.
Oh no, that's fine. I guess what my point is, at this point, Haiti has to be the one to liberate Haiti. Another country can't do it. And there will be possibly U.S. interference, but the people of Haiti have to fight for their country and attempt to neutralize whatever issues that the United States attempts to bring. But I just think there's a sense that Haiti feels that blaming other countries is a reason for them not to try and fight for their country. That's all I have to say. And it's really hard because I see the reports coming out of Haiti. I understand the conditions, but Haiti has to liberate. The Haitians have to liberate Haiti.
Nice.
I like
that.
Coming to the stage.
I think that is a big ignorant, because I think many people would say,
Bro, you can't say that.
I think it is, because I think many people would say the same thing about blacks in this country, but
that's what we're doing.
But no, I think it would be an unfair statement to say that about black people, because it's not true that there hasn't been attempts at liberation by black people for black people.
I never said you all did not attempt to liberate yourself. I said at this present time, Haitians have to liberate Haiti. I never said you did.
And let's leave the black people in the United States alone. We're only 12% of the population. How do you expect 12% of the population to overthrow a whole fucking government? Stop it.
Well,
you ever see the movie 300?
How do you expect a country that sends?
You guys own the country. What are you talking about? It's full of your people. It's not an outside faction. Haitians are Haitians.
What do you mean? They've been occupied for 30 years.
How many
years in the 20th century
cultures
alone?
in the United States versus in Haiti?
No. Hold on.
How many different races are in Haiti versus the United States? What is the controlling population?
Wait, Ronan. Wait, Ronan. I think the bigger factor is not I get where you're going, obviously, as far as Black Americans are a vast minority. Even Latinos outnumber us. Blah blah blah. I get it, but I think the more important thing, whether you're talking about South Africa or Haiti or any country across the world, the more important thing is who has the resources in that country and who has the weaponry, and on top of that, as a cherry on top, the backing of the American government. So even let's say you're in some third world country and I'm from the Congo and we're 70% of the country, but 30% of the country is Greek and they control 80% of the resources, and they're backed by Israel and America, and they're backed by other powerful, European countries or whatever. So us having 70% of the manpower doesn't matter when they have Israeli drones, they have American factions doing shadow wars against us. It wouldn't matter. Like that's a disingenuous framing of it.
Just
Like
like
I'd
saying
rather
black
be in the
Americans,
30% with
I
the
say
best
that, listen,
military weaponry and
I say
80% of the
that in the same
resources
terms. Listen, I say that in
against
the
the
same
majority
terms.
of the country, and most of them
No, I
are
get it. I
below the
get it. But
poverty line,
again,
and
if
they
you're
can't
saying you're
defend themselves.
70% of the population and you still have things to
No,
overshadow or
I'm just saying.
I know you're using that as an example, just like I'm using the
Yeah.
example of we're
No, the
12%
other
of the
dude that I
population
didn't want him to drop
and we're
off.
supposed to overthrow the government. No, he's here.
Yeah.
KB's right here.
No,
No,
you
Rona,
no,
I
no.
was just saying the dude that dropped off. I didn't want him to drop. I was finished my point. He could pick it up from there. I didn't want him to my bad. Go ahead.
I mean, both points are disingenuous. I just
You
matched
just
it.
got my mom
You get what I'm saying?
riled up. That's all.
Both points are disingenuous. I just matched it. You can't say 12% of the population is going to overthrow a company, just like 70% of the population can't control a country if 30% is being backed by international means, right?
I don't know if you know this, that unauthorized, there's a U.S. military base at the Port-au-Prince airport right now. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Your point being what?
It's an unauthorized U.S. military Air Force base right now, and in fact, many
unauthorized by who?
Unauthorized by the
government is fucked up right now. Your government is about to fall apart. Okay, so
that
who
gives you
authorized
right
it?
to
Why is it now unauthorized instead of something like we're monitoring the situation so it doesn't go too far out of hand to help out the people of need?
No, but you see, who gives? Because you see, this is the problem, right? You come into the country.
See, they want United States aid, but when the United States go over to help set up aid, because you just said and everybody else is saying they can forecast that Haiti is going to fall. So when Haiti falls, who's going to get asked to show up but the United States? So when we preempt an issue by showing up early and setting up some kind of resource to get things in and out of the country, y'all got a fucking problem with that too, right?
So you overthrow the lawfully elected government. After you overthrow it, recognize the new government that you set in place. Then you send aid into the country.
I'm not
the United
That's
States.
the United States.
The United States
I
sends
have nothing to do with the United States policies. I'm just one American.
They send it in, and then they say, "Well, the country's just not so good." But you
Haitian dude on the I can't see the names because the comments in the way, so I can't see the names.
Oh, it's KB. You're talking about KB.
KB, that's the Haitian dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, just to be clear, I'm Black American. I'm not Haitian. Now I have dated 2 Haitian women. My most recent girlfriend was Haitian, but I'm not Haitian, so I can't speak on it I can only speak on it from dating chicks that were Haitian and hearing their family talk about it. Like whatever. The dude, I was agreeing with KB because Ronan, your points don't hit that hard because in the past 15 years, in terms of American and Haitian relations, when Americans claim to be helping Haitians, it was Hillary and Bill Clinton and Bill Gates doing questionable projects in Haiti, and journalists in America were literally analyzing the money and that they were spending on quote unquote donations and volunteer work and quote unquote whatever and quote unquote humanitarian work and blah blah blah. Now I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole because I don't care about politics that much anymore. All I'm saying is your whole point about Americans or the American government coming to save Haiti because no one else will after it inevitably collapses, your point doesn't hit as hard as you think, because in
I'm not trying to
recent
make a point here.
memory, the Americans government with the Haitian government or helping them or whatever, it's not that positive. Like, and I'm not just saying this as some extreme leftists or whatever. This is like a common thing that most Americans agree on. Like, yeah, Democrats and Republicans agree. Yeah, Hillary and Bill Clinton and Bill Gates, all those thousands or millions of dollars they spent down in Haiti, quote unquote, building housing and doing this and that. It is questionable because it didn't really lead to any positive results. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if they used it for tax write-offs and this and that. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm not saying it was trafficking.
People use the
I'm not
media
even.
for
I'm
optics.
just
We all
saying
know
your
that.
point didn't hit that hard. America,
I'm not trying to hit hard. I'm not trying to
Ronan,
hit
the
hard on
rest of the
anything.
world does not see America as Captain America the way
Yeah,
you
who
see
is
it.
running the country?
And I
Who's
love
running
America.
the
And by the
country?
way, I love America.
You talking about a president? Hold up. You're talking about a president that said Haiti's a shithole country. That's the person that's running the country right now. That's the person that's making all these decisions on
whether
who's getting what
Trump
and
said
when.
it or not, a lot of
Right.
ignorant people think that regardless, whether Trump said it or not, I don't care whether one person said it. A lot of people agree with it. So that's fine. A lot of Haitian people have way more balls than any American subculture, whether it's I could go down the list. I'm not going to single anybody out, but Haiti's the only people that actually had a full-scale revolt against their colonizers. But I mean, not only in the entire world, I'm saying compared to us. So a lot of you Americans that be talking tough and this and that, y'all should just humble yourselves and not judge Haiti so harshly, because again, as a Black American, yes, our ancestors had a lot of balls too. Yes. I mean, my grandmother was interracially dating in the 40s. She didn't care what white men thought, because she was like, yeah, this Asian dude I'm dating is cuter than y'all, whatever. And they didn't lynch her, they didn't hurt her. I mean, she lived till she was like 80 or something. But anyway, so I get it from all sides. I'm just saying the rest of the world does not see America the way you see it, Ronan. And look, if Haiti collapses, I want America to. I would rather America send Haiti.
Clear. How do you think I see
America?
America?
I would rather America send Haiti $500 million than send $500 million to Israel.
America?
That's my opinion.
Wait, before you form an opinion, how do you think I see America? How do you think I see America?
I'm not saying you see it as like a MAGA supporter. I'm not being extreme. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm just saying the way you framed it was a little naive, because let's just say in 2 years, America comes to save Haiti and they're the only major nation that gives them significant funding to rebuild their economy and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, let's just say that's the case. I'm saying it would be received as a mixed bag of results from the population, because yes, they would be happy, but again, in the last 15, 20 years, America and Haiti's relationship has not been the greatest, because all of that supposed humanitarian work that Hillary and Bill Clinton were doing in the past 25 years, it didn't amount to any positive work. Now, maybe some American contractors got some good contracts to build some meaningless hotels in Haiti or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, from the ground, liberals and conservatives both agree that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Bill Gates, when they did all and I'm just, you could Google just, Bill Gates Foundation, Haiti, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm not saying to go down the conspiracy theory route. I'm just saying, on just looking at the financials, all that money they spent, did it help the economy? Did it raise education? Did any specific regions in Haiti improve in any metrics, whether it's reading level, literacy, access to water, access? Like, I'm just saying. That's it. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be a Bernie bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I'm listening, but go ahead, Maya.
Yeah, you know what? I can't see his name because
You gotta drop
it's
the,
Pookie. It's
drop the
Pookie.
comment.
It's Pookie.
Okay.
Drop the comment. Just
I
on
do
how
not
that's
disagree with anything you have to say about Bill and Hillary Clinton. And and they their agenda really did harm the Haitian economy. And because I'm an elder, I do recall this.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
One thing that Bill Clinton did was president was that he flooded the market, the Haitian market, with rice produce from the farmers in Arkansas. They were given preferential trade contracts to sell Arkansas rice in Haiti, and that did destabilize their rice economy. And Bill Clinton, he did apologize. He did apologize for that. Now, here's
But all them political ties he had back in Arkansas, and all them rich white sponsors he had, I'm sure they loved that. But he apologized, so we'll give him credit. Okay. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did apologize. I'm not saying that his apology certainly did not compensate the loss for Haiti. But here's what I want you to consider. The Congressional Black Caucus has a significant number of Caribbeans who have been elected to Congress. There were,
and I don't like a lot of them, by the way. Not them in particular. I'm saying the Congressional Black Caucus as a whole. Period. Like the American ones, it don't even matter. Just as a whole, most of them are sellouts.
Okay,
but go
let
ahead.
Let her finish though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just let me finish my point. There are a number of elected leaders from the Caribbean in the Congressional Black Caucus that they could have used their leverage to fight for Haiti and get them the aid and favorable trade contracts. And that didn't happen. And those elected leaders, they were more concerned about their own individual enrichment.
Exactly. Thank you.
And so you can't blame that on Black Americans. Okay? Some of the responsibility has to do with the people who are being elected into Congress. And those people are Haitian Americans who are citizens. So that's just the point that I wanted to make.
Oh no, she was cooking. She was cooking.
I'd like to add to that. This is the thing why I don't take it personal. We as Black Americans can't take the faults of all the things globally that happen to other Black people, but young immigrants like to infuse that as we had a choice in it. We're 12% of the population. We don't have that many votes when it comes to congressional laws or even sitting on the Senate. Okay? So when you say America did this in reference to Black Americans or FBAs, has nothing to do with us, and that means he is in the back. So that has nothing to do with us specifically as Black Americans, cause and effect what's going on in these countries. So I don't take offense to what you guys are talking about. You know, I understand what my country does. I understand who runs it. That's the thing. We're not delusional in the fact that we know who runs our country.
Oh yeah, I agree with that, Ronan. Yeah, all of that I agree with. I can't even. I'm not
I
because
mean,
you
even while
said
I was
it.
in the
Yeah, I'm not
military,
even going to add nothing to it.
even while I was in the military, you know how many times I had to fight off racism and all the shit that goes along in the military, where you get favoritism and everything else that goes along in government agencies. Come on, man. You know, I'm not delusional in the fact that I know who this country is and who owns it, and we exist in it. But we know how to exist in the culture to where we can benefit from it or extort it. Hey, Black Cleaner, did you know Nakneezy is in the back? Black Cleaner.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
All right. But go ahead. Sorry, Educated Pookie or anybody else.
Oh yeah, no. I agree with that because obviously on the other side, in our case, it's a whole, you know, because with any geopolitical situation, like when I was talking about the Haitian stuff earlier, obviously that was in context of whatever we was talking about earlier. But with us specifically, I didn't even add anything to what you said because you already concisely put it perfectly. So because like you said, like given our size relative to the whole population at whatever time in history you want to point at or point to, we did the most with like when even just not to be funny, but when Kanye said slavery was a choice and this and that, whatever. Well, Kanye, obviously it was a choice because I'm not, I don't mean literally. I'm saying let me finish. Obviously Kanye, there are people that whether they got away safely and escaped to the north in the Underground Railroad, or he lucked out and he had a northern owner buy him and move him to Maryland and this whatever like or a dude that violently revolted in Mississippi in 17 or 1827 and this whatever. There are plenty of examples of slaves who tried to get away successfully, tried to get away and got lynched, got away once and then got caught later, and then got brought back to the South years later. Like it, at any given point, there were either individual Black men or small coalitions of Black men and Black women who revolted or boycotted or built a Black Wall Street in Tulsa or built a Black Wall Street in some small town in Tennessee or Mississippi or South Carolina or yada yada or Baltimore or whatever. So our population, given its size, maximized what it could do at the time. They pushed through a lot of laws that other minorities benefited from, whether it be Asians and the Japanese people after the internment stuff and they got reparations and this and that and blah, blah, whatever. So, right. Or Italians, when Italians, came from being considered a minority to white people, and Italians started.
Right. So, Educated, let me say this real quick.
I'm just saying, I just want to make it clear. I want to give Black Americans their credit as well.
And I'm adding to what you're saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, historically, nobody's ever paid for a study or statistic to show how many slaves actually tried or attempted to free themselves or escape to either Canada or the North. But right now it says that there are 40 to 100,000 enslaved people that successfully escaped to the North or Canada in the Underground Railroad. So that's documented. Now, like you were saying, there's so many other undocumented
stories. That makes my point even better.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That makes my point even
because we got to understand who controls history, but the ones that win or are writing it. Okay, so that's why we have to continue to tell our stories We have to continue to do our own deep end research based off of the stories that are being told, because there are sub stories behind those those stories that are being told in the books. Okay. But go ahead, Nat. Welcome to the board. Welcome to the panel.
Hey, brother, I'm driving right now. I'll be at my destination in like 15 minutes, and I'll link back in.
All right, no problem. But go ahead. Yeah, I just wanted to add to your point there, educated.
Right. I'll add something too, because I think you brought up a good point, educated. Right. And I think it's something that we need to consider, right, and think about a little bit, right? So, when you say things like, for example, I understand that while Americans, and this is all Americans, I think they're mostly good people. In that, whether nowadays anyways, whether especially Black Americans, if they were to think that, hey, and they were given an opportunity to vote, where they would say, do you think we should do X within this country, but in exchange we get X amount lower in oil prices, or X amount, geopolitical favors down the line, right? I think most people would say, no, we wouldn't want something like that, right? I think most people strive to be moral. But when you really take a look at, one good example of this in history is Panama, and what Roosevelt did in Panama in, preventing those people from being able to, develop their country. Gunboat diplomacy, where he showed up with the Navy and he said, well, if you don't open this canal and, let's negotiate, then I'm essentially going to come in and ravage your country with the Navy and bombard you with shells until you comply. While true, most Americans it was extremely controversial at the time, and most Americans did not agree with it. At the end of the day, with the shipping ports and things like that, many Americans, even till the day, enjoy a lot of those shipping ports and shipping lanes that allowed America to be developed. Even things like the current crisis in Venezuela with the Venezuelan oil. We specifically went in there in order and destabilized a government to essentially, and we put in another corrupt dictator there in Delcy to essentially make sure that we get shipments of oil out of Venezuela into the United States to help ameliorate the situation. And that oil goes into our rubber manufacturing, our road and asphalt manufacturing here, and it goes directly into the gasolines in our car. So even for someone like me who didn't even get an opportunity to vote on whether I wanted this to happen and don't agree with it, I benefit. And we should just recognize that. That's all.
But also, KB, I want to say
you didn't want it to happen, but sometimes the government is, darkness or velvet. Is the velvet glove in with the iron fist. They go out and just do these things because they think that it will benefit the national security. And in a way, in a twisted way, look how much flack Trump is getting right now, or Joe Biden got, just because the oil prices went up. And people voted and said they didn't want this. But then at the same time, when it comes to going into Venezuela and places like that, they'll go in because that's going to translate into lower oil prices, which translates to victory during elections. Complicated. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say one thing. I agree with all that. But I was just going to say, as far as the modern times, a lot of Americans agree on a lot of topics. But like if you just get consumed with the algorithm, you would think like, oh my God, like half the country is stupid and half the country supports Trump and what. I mean, obviously some of them do, but like when you factor in that like over a third of I forget what it is, like maybe between a third and a half of the country doesn't even vote. And a lot of the non-voters actually do agree with like the actual voters that agree on reasonable things. Like even stuff like you could name like whether it's late term abortion or this or my bad, late term whatever, or like, you know, oh, would you want to have a 4-day work week, or do you want to improve the public transportation in your city, or do you want to do like just a bunch of random policies? Most Americans, like some of these, like 80-90% of Americans agree, like Republicans, independents, Democrats. But the reason you would never know that is because most of the people they elect, they only serve a small portion of Americans. So like whether I elect a Democrat, a Republican, a Libertarian, for the most part, it doesn't matter. They're only serving, like even if I elect a Democrat, they're probably a limousine liberal. So they might give me lip service or say some stuff they think I want to hear, and that has to do with, or maybe not me because I'm a black man, but maybe stuff that they think, you know, women want to hear, or, you know, minority women want to hear, whatever, to get their votes. But like they're a limousine liberal. Their donors are rich. They all go to the same parties as the rich Republicans and the rich celebrities that are all cool, like all the moderates and centrists that are in the middle, quote unquote, middle of the road. And when it comes to stuff that, you know, negatively affects like middle class or working class people, all of those politicians vote the same on the bills. So it's like, it's not really like when people say, "Oh, you're a liberal," you're this. And obviously, I'm not a liberal. Like I'm I'm literally an independent. But when people say, "Oh, you're a liberal," you're this, or when I say I'm pro-gun, and they're like, "Oh, wait, oh no, you're a black Republican." I'm like, "No, idiot. I'm pro-gun. That's it. I'm just like I'm not. I'm not. I don't think I've ever voted for one Republican. Like I voted for one libertarian in my entire life, and that was that was like a local election, and he would just happen to be the best person. But anyway, that was a local election. But
I know.
yeah, but you get my point though.
Don't be ashamed to be an independent. Don't be ashamed to be an
America's
independent.
population has never been represented in their Congress.
Let me explain a little.
America's Congress serves the billionaires and the lobbyists. They don't serve the American people. So even if we all agree on every policy, it wouldn't matter anyway. Because even if you had a good politician that was going to really serve the people, they will probably get unalived before they got the chance to really do anything.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me explain.
You know, so
you touched on a really good point.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's a little bit of like a political science thing, right? Where what's currently happening, the reason why we're seeing such extreme policies and extreme, like why we can't seem to get things through that, you know, a lot of people agree with, is it's 2 points. Right now in America, number one is primaries. You are either a registered Democrat or registered Republican, and these are closed primaries, meaning you have to be registered in order to vote. So, and second is uncompetitive seats. In places like Texas or Florida, basically whoever, if it's a hard D or hard R, then at that point, whoever wins the primary is going to be the one who essentially wins the election. So if you are in, say, California, for example, you'll see crazy policies like 100% EVs in the next 10 years, indigenous peoples and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Policies that don't...
Yeah, they got some weird laws in California.
Exactly, because the most important thing is a Democrat's always going to win. And the people who are going to participate in primaries, they're always going to be a minority and just extremely political. So because of that, once those politicians win the primary, they get out into the national stage or the state level, and they push through policies that primary voters want, but that not necessarily statewide voters want. This is how you get situations like that where, you know, no one wants to go fight in Israel, but Israel helped that particular politician win his primary. So that's gonna be who he goes with to, he's gonna send support to Israel, because regardless, as long as he wins the primary, you're gonna vote for him anyways. It's not like you're gonna vote for another Democrat.
Exactly. And a bunch of the Republicans just voted to merge the American military with the, the I real people, because I don't know how you, whatever. I'm trying to
IDF or
keep them
something like
people
that.
off my back. I'm just saying,
Right.
because I am a leftist, so they may target me. I'm just, but anyway,
Yeah, we call
I'm
them the
just
straw hats
saying
over here.
that I'm just
And the
saying if 200 Democrats voted to merge the American military with another foreign military, whether it was the I people or anybody else, all the conservatives on YouTube will be calling Democrats, traitors. They're treasonous. They have no backbone, no spine. They're giving our sovereignty to another foreign government. They're in cahoots with another country. Yada yada yada. But because Republicans were the majority that voted for that bill, of course, conservatives aren't going to say anything about it. So it's just independents like me bringing it up, and then I have to argue with Democrats and Republicans on both sides arguing with me because neither of them want to admit that their party is a bunch of corrupt, brainwashed scammers and yada yada and nepo babies, et cetera, et cetera. Like, and I went to school with some of these people I probably went to college with, or some of these people, if I went to like a mock law class, I was like, yo, I remember this nerdy dude 20 years ago in college, and now he's a congressman in Tennessee, and he's screwing over poor people in Tennessee because he's getting sponsored by, so and so company in that city or that region or whatever. But anyway, But go ahead, KB. You was cooking, though, KB.
Hold
But
on.
yeah.
Guys, is this a political show or the one about black fatigue? Because all I'm hearing is
No, we
liberal,
doing.
Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad for the political rant, Ronan. If you want to, pivot.
No,
Well, we can spin the
that's
block since Mac
we can go
Neezy's
back
back
to the
on here.
NBA.
But yeah, we segued a little bit and got into a little bit more of the immigrant portion of it. But what do you feel about the whole FBA versus the tethers and the fight for reparations?
Oh man, FBA or Black Americans, African Americans, it's all the same thing. It's us, it's Black Americans that have a history of slavery in America against basically immigrants that come that are not down with the program. And look, some of them are with it, and some of them aren't. I just think the ones who don't appreciate what our ancestors did in America, should just go back home. But a lot of them are economic leeches that don't appreciate the carpet that we laid down for them. As far as reparations, some of them try to lump themselves in to our reparations claim. They try to claim that they're Black Americans, the original Black Americans. All that's a bunch of nonsense. I come from a place where we had a lot of immigrants, right? Where I lived was called Little Caribbean in Flatbush, and a lot of them are cool. But then you have some that have real anti-Black American sentiment, and those people, be a proud Haitian in Haiti. That's all I want to see. I want to see a proud Jamaican in Jamaica, not on Flatbush Avenue. That's it.
Right, that part.
And somebody, I want to say this too. Someone made, I guess, they tried to insinuate that Black Americans didn't fight for our freedom or something like that. Look, man, I think this whole Haitian revolution thing is overstated. It's way overstated because
you cut out, Mac. I don't know if you're moving or you're moving around or whatever, but you just cut out for a second.
saying shout out to those that fought, but every single diasporan group on every country has fought for their freedom. What is Haitian? What are Haitians doing today to liberate themselves instead of kissing the ass of the African Union that rejected them twice? Then I think Kenya finally sent some troops. The troops are getting washed in Port-au-Prince. Haiti is an unlawful land, and the Haitians present day have themselves to look at as that. All these Haitians in the diaspora, ain't doing nothing for their country. Be a proud Haitian and fix your country, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Ignorant take, but okay.
Well, it's not ignorant. Ignorant means lack of knowledge. Show me where I have a lack of knowledge.
Well, I mean, Haitian occupation, and also as well, there's been multiple times within United States history where Haiti and the surrounding nations have tried to do for themselves, but the United States has blocked it several times.
Wait, hold on. Who's this?
Me.
Of course, KB.
Oh, it's KB. Hey, how you doing, KB?
How you doing?
Oh, the age shamer. What's up, brother? Well, go on, brother. So presently, could your first point, I believe, was occupation or something like that?
Yes. The first point was
who's currently occupying Haiti, brother?
Whoa, hold on now. See, that was a nice sleight of hand, but I didn't say that anyone was currently occupying Haiti.
Oh, you said occupation. I'm talking about today. Y'all keep bringing me back to 1840.
What do you mean? So slavery happened since 1776 and was outlined in 1865. I don't begrudge you.
Right.
I understand.
No, y'all were slaves too.
Go ahead.
Well, you see, but that's
and it was 1609 or even before that, brother, because the Dutch were there in America prior.
Agreed. No issues. Agreed. Right.
Okay.
And I agree that afterward Jim Crow and the Black Codes. Agreed. Right. But what I'm saying is that even if we take it away from somewhere like Haiti, right, and we look at countries such as Colombia and Guatemala, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just take it away from Haiti. Just in Guatemala alone, throughout.
Wait, no. I like to keep it on Haiti, sir.
Okay.
I don't want to jump around Latin America.
Well, no.
I'm right now. We're baking up mud cookies. Let's keep it on mud cookie land.
Yeah,
let's go.
The concept.
No, you didn't say mud cookie land. God,
yes, mud cookie land.
No. The concept that I'm trying to get across to you, right? The
Yes.
concept is that it's not due to lack of effort that these countries are in their situations. It's due to active interference by U.S. forces within the Lavalas Party. In the past, this was 2005 to 2007, the Haitian Revolution. The colonel that orchestrated that coup was a U.S.-backed CIA informant since the time he was a colonel within the Haitian military. After the then lawfully elected president left to the United States on a diplomatic mission, the then Clinton administration recognized that new administration as the new administration of Haiti, basically exiling the then president who had to flee to France. So
You're talking about which one? Which president was that? He was pretty good, I thought. What's his name?
Name escapes me, but yeah, 2004.
Is that Aristide?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. A Black American gotta fucking call your own president out. You're welcome.
Come on,
Continue. Let me ask you a question. Who installed Papa Doc and Baby Doc Duvalier, and who sicked the Tonton Macoute on the Haitian people? Was it America?
It was backed by the U.S. government, yes. And who you're talking about, that's the son. So Claude is the son of Francois. Francois was installed by the U.S. government between the 40s and the 60s in order to prevent the same situation that happened in Cuba from happening in Haiti. Yes.
It seems to me like the Haitians' biggest problem are Haitians that ain't down for Haiti.
Oh, Lord.
on the continent and away from, on Haiti or in Haiti and away from Haiti. Y'all got a lot of historical stuff, but y'all don't have any modern solutions.
That's
Except,
everybody's problem, though.
wait, you've been cutting everyone off, and that's not gonna happen with me, brother. KB
That's
and I are having a
everybody's problem.
wait.
Sorry, it's a fact.
KB and I are having a conversation. Just fall back. I done heard you cut off the black woman
Yeah,
on
and I
here.
hear
I
you
done heard you
being
talk over,
disingenuous during the
and I heard you
conversation.
talking over.
Yes.
I heard you talking over Ronan. It's not gonna happen with me. Allow KB and myself to have a conversation.
No,
I don't even know who you
you're
are.
being disingenuous. If anyone needs to
No.
talk,
Well,
it's KB.
let the
Yes,
Haitian
let
deal with
KB
the.
talk. Yes, you're
Yeah,
right. I agree
and
with. You know
he
what?
and I
That's the
are having a
smartest thing you
conversation.
said all
And
night.
he and I are having a conversation.
Yeah, that's the
So
smartest thing
mind
you
your
said all.
goddamn
Let
business.
KB talk.
Mind
Shut up
your
and let
business.
KB talk.
Mind your business. Mind your business. We've been having a conversation. Then you button your big ass nose in
No, it would be
the mix.
no, it wasn't an honest it's an honest
Well,
conversation on
let
KB's
KB have
half.
the conversation. Stop
All right,
dick riding,
people. All
homie.
right,
And
we
it's
can
a
have you can
disingenuous
have the analytic.
conversation on your half.
Stop dick riding. Let
We
KB
can have
handle it.
analytic in here. Okay.
Hey, Knack. Let's keep it at an elevated level. Hey, let's keep this
Wait,
conversation at an elevated
Ronan,
level. Was
that not a neutral observation,
Come on now.
Ronan?
No, it's not neutral when two grown men are having a conversation.
No. Are you not a grown man? Are you not able to be logical?
Hey, yo, man, shut the fuck
Wait, no,
up,
Ronan,
dude.
hold on. Did you not hear my?
All right,
Did
come on,
anyone?
we don't.
Did y'all not hear my statement?
Educated Pookie, come on, let Carl be. Let
I agree,
educated.
but
Let Carl be. Let Carl be.
Okay, I'll
and
let
Knack
K.
needs to
I'll
go
let
at it for a
KB.
minute.
I'll let
Let
KB
Carl
cook
be
you.
Oh, come on.
I'll let
needs to go
KB
at it
cook
for a
you.
minute.
You're
Let
right.
him
Okay,
talk,
you're right.
okay?
All right, come on, just let him.
Just a little bit.
Have the opportunity to kind of bring up his point, and because maybe
Right,
I
come
can
on,
change
y'all. Like, what
his
we doing?
point of
Come
view.
on now.
KB and I can have conversations. He and I already have a rapport. I could throw a shot, he
Right,
could
but
throw a
not
shot,
me.
and we're men.
Bro, you get a
So
little
you
aggressive.
have a rapport with him, and you're still being disingenuous?
No, it's not. Well, first of all, why are you still talking to me,
No,
homie?
hold on, Ronan. He's being
Ronan. You butting in a grown
disingenuous
man
with someone he
conversation.
already has a rapport with. So that means
Oh my
you
God,
can't be
who's this soy
trusted.
milk? No,
No,
your
you
mother
just
can't be trusted,
admitted
bitch ass nigga. How about
you
that?
already
Mac.
you just admitted you already have a rapport with him. So if you already have a rapport with him, why are you framing everything through a biased lens? Why aren't you
No,
just
why are you
having a
still talking to me?
neutral
That KB is
conversation?
the one that should be talking about this.
You
Not
act like the
you. Not
CIA
you.
doesn't.
Not you. Not you.
Nakmeezy, if the
This
CIA
ain't your
wanted to shut you
conversation.
down, you will be
This ain't
detained.
your conversation. This ain't
Nakmeezy,
your
the CIA
conversation.
will
This is
detain you in
KB.
less than 60
Oh my
seconds if
God.
they
Who
wanted
the
to,
fuck
bro.
is this
Stop
dude,
it.
man?
You're not invincible. Stop it. Y'all act like
What are you
y'all want to
talking about?
downplay the CIA. Y'all stop it.
No one's downplaying anything.
The suffering that
But I
Black
was
people
having a
did so
conversation
long
with
ago.
KB.
It wasn't. It is
And
still
you
happening
jumping
And
in
she
it.
looked good, by the
We
way.
have
But go
Black
ahead,
folks
go
in
ahead.
American jails right now that are doing slave labor. Go to Anguilla. I've been there. They have literally prison guards on horses as folks are in the are on the cotton field, like are literally picking cotton, right? Are playing slave games, and they're running away from bulls in order to get more time with their family. This is America in every way.
Yeah, preach. And what's frustrating is it's not just that Black people have had wealth and labor and resources and opportunity extracted from us, but it's also that at the same time that was happening to us, others were having that wealth and opportunity injected into their communities. There was like the Homestead Act, where while Black people are fighting for 40 acres and a mule, white people are being given stolen native land, like as if like thrown out of t-shirt cannons, as I write in Rooted. And so it's really frustrating to kind of hear that narrative of, well, I wasn't alive when, especially when I went to Yale, man, it was wild to realize like, oh, there are endowments that have been around since my ancestors were property. There are portfolios and investments that have been compounding interest all of this time while we have been scrounging for scraps.
What would
Now, can we continue having panel etiquette and having a good dialogue, please?
Yes. So
All right.
I wanna start by saying this, right? You know, what's important is understanding that no matter where no matter where anybody is in life or where their thoughts are, it's important not to kind of go in and just be like, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's important to just be like, okay, people can change as new information and new understanding come through. Nobody's gonna be perfect, and that's okay. When you get new information, you know, that is different from your point of view, it's important to incorporate that. And you know, from the past, I've seen that he has a little bit of a anti-immigrant tint or tilt, and he might have that because growing up in the neighborhood, even me, I didn't like Cubans, I didn't like Hispanics, because I always thought they were very racist until I got out of where I was and I went to other countries and started meeting more Hispanics and speaking the language, and I realized not all Hispanics are like that, and you can't just lump them in. Yes, Cubans and Hispanics in South Florida are some of the worst Hispanics out there, but they are a minority, a bourgeois class coming out of some of these countries, and you can't take that and be like, well, you know, they're this, they're that, and the other. So I understand where both sides are kind of coming from. I just think it's wrong to just say, you know, well, the Haitians need to go back and just fix their countries and fix this and fix that. Most people don't want to leave their country. Ask most Haitians and they'll say America. The United States is one of the most isolating places. There's no sense of community in the United States. Everyone just kind of keeps to themselves. Most Haitians, especially when they get old and have some money, they move back, you know? But, you know, Haiti in its current iteration isn't a failed state because they just sat around and didn't want to do anything. It's a failed state due to continuous involvement in hidden shadow wars that's put it in this condition. In the same way how you might have a Ukraine that is devastated by Russian troops, people need to understand that Haiti has been devastated by a shadow and constant state of war and conflict that hasn't really ceased. That's all.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to respond to Carl. Carl, you know, when I stated that Haitians have to liberate Haiti, it was if you felt that I was being
No,
critical or judgmental, I was not. But I think it's just time for some cold reality, particularly for immigrants and the children of immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean. I don't know if you all have seen the U.S. Treasury report. The United States is insolvent. We don't have the money to help you. Okay? We are $40 trillion in debt. We pay $1 trillion annually in the interest rates on the loans that we have. There is no money to assist you. So it has to be private investors, but many Western economies, they are overextended. So all I can say is that Haiti has to develop itself. You know, there are, from what I understand, about 350,000 TPS holders who are subject to deportation.
Mm-hmm.
If they all go, we don't know. But there are news reports that there are a number of those people who are health care providers. Those health care providers, they have skills that are needed on the ground right now in Haiti. They have skills to help rebuild the country. So I understand that the truth may hurt, but that's just where we are right now. And I'll end there so someone else can comment.
See, Maya, I don't disagree with you, and I don't begrudge you. Don't think like I felt some type of. I don't hold on to grudges. But Maya, what if I told you right now that part of the reason why Haiti cannot have free and fair elections right now is precisely because the United States government helped install a de facto dictator right now, and that they've essentially stated that elections will not be happening until they feel like the country is in a stable sense.
Okay, that I will have to do research, and because I don't know that. If that is true, then that's a problem. Now, maybe you can answer this question. From what I read in one article, it stated that many of the elected leaders from Haiti, many of them, they're not living in Haiti. They are staying in the DR. Is that true?
Yes, it's probably true.
Okay, that's a problem when your elected leaders are not on home ground. So maybe that's a place to start, and that is to get your elected leaders to live in country or somehow replace them. But something has to start. I don't have all the answers, but the people of Haiti has to figure this out.
That's fair. That's true.
Yeah. Maya,
Anybody else have anything to add to that?
Miss Maya, keep showing up.
Hold on. What's going on? Adding to the stage. Who's this?
Black man.
I can't see the name. It says the Hughes. Hello? Are you there? Unmute yourself. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, somebody's on here, but let me I cannot see it.
Came down real quick, Martina.
Oh, okay. 1000 Air Radio. Are you there? If not, I'm about to remove you. Did you have anything to say to the panel? Hello? All right. So he's not on. Okay, I did have a video I was looking for while I was talking, but let me ask you a question, Miss Maya. What do you say? I heard you say that we owe $44 trillion. What do you say about the Black population being able to spend at least we're like 14. If we had our own nation, we would be 14 in GDP in terms of spending power.
I've heard 2 trillion in spending power. Where did the 14 come from?
That's saying no. I was saying that we would be 14th in the nation, in the world, in terms of our spending power of 2 trillion.
Oh, I see. You know, I would really love for FBAs to concentrate their money and invest it as a group in something. And I own real estate. That That's what I can figure out. I don't understand crypto and a lot of other stuff. But wage work is not going to build wealth. We either have to start our own businesses or invest in businesses or something. That's just my answer. So, we have to start pulling our money together so we can build wealth. Yeah.
I definitely agree with what you're saying, and I'm glad to know that you're in real estate, because next week's live, let me plug that in. Next Monday we have a live that's going to be talking about real estate. The first Monday of every month, which I'm also in real estate, so of course for the landlords out here, shout out to all you landlords. The first of the month is a good month for us because it's time for us to get our rent. But the title of next month is going to be The Lot or the Latte, which actually is based on this book called The Latte Factor, where they're saying basically if you save your money $7 over a period of time, you would be able to have enough money to be able to put a down payment on some real estate. And it also has something to do with what they call the lipstick effect, where they're saying that during hard times, what they started to notice was that even though a lot of markets was falling, that the sales of lipsticks and all of these other what they call
Smaller
these guilty
items.
pleasures were going up. And they were saying why, and they were saying because a lot of people felt that they was being priced out of the market, or they couldn't afford the market, but they could afford the $7 latte, or they could afford the $10 lipstick. So we're going to talk about basic ways of investing in real estate to where it is affordable. So yeah, I would love to have your perspective on that. But as far as this live, does anybody else have any? Because I see everybody else doesn't have any comments, so I'm going to start to close it out. We're
I
getting
just had
late.
to step away for a minute.
Having everybody on the panel.
I just had to step away for a minute, but I was listening in.
Okay.
On the convo that was going on between Carl B and Magnesi. I don't know if that got resolved or not, or the questions and
no, it didn't get resolved. I wanted to resolve it peacefully with Carl B.
Now that the other party is gone, you guys might be able
perfect.
to finish that up.
Hey, KB, real quick, are you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, so like my point was that a lot of Haiti's problems are from Haitians themselves, right? And I mentioned Papa Doc and Baby Doc Duvalier. You said that the CIA installed, or you didn't say installed, but had something to do with Papa Doc coming in power, I guess?
His name is François. Yes.
I don't. The information that I have doesn't support that. I think he ran on an excuse the term, mulatto campaign, kind of like a pro-black campaign, because at the time the mulattoes were running Haiti, and then he got them out. So a lot of his opposition came from mulattoes, one which flew with the Tuskegee Airmen and then came back and tried to overthrow him. And he had 5 Americans with him. So if anything, American influence tried to get him out of power. They failed, and then he put his son, Baby Doc Duvalier, in. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense. It's just not correct, and at least in the sense of Duvalier's politics. Two things can be
I'm
true.
talking about how he got in. How did he? Because you said the CIA. I don't think that's true. Nothing that I see is saying that the CIA was involved. Where are your receipts?
Well, you can look at. You're not necessarily going to see it in unclassified documents, but it's not something that you can really get receipts for. It's not like there's going to be a document. No, it's true. But living in the country and being a countryman and seeing these things, I have people who are still alive today who live through it. It's not something that written down, and they're gonna be like, okay, on this day,
Okay.
we sent this amount of arms and this amount of guns directly to you, in exchange for political favor. It's not gonna be something that's written down. But
All right, brother. So you have no receipts. Let me just wrap up and let me ask you if this makes sense. Um, did he not run on a pro-black ticket to put the power back into the hands of black Haitians? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Well, he did. He was against the mulatto ruling class, that same mulatto ruling class that negotiated with France to get France to back off, and they negotiated that fee that they had to pay to France for their loss of slave labor. So when you say that the CIA helped, that doesn't make sense. The CIA, it was a guy named Pasquat or something like that, with 5 American soldiers tried to take him out because he was becoming an autocrat. Okay? And when he was out, actually, I don't want to jump over the Tonton Makut that he created. Have you ever heard of the Tonton Makut?
Yes.
All right, I did too. As a Black American, I heard about how terrible they were against the people of Haiti. So that's a Haitian problem. Americans tried to fix that and get him out of power.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no! You're mistaken. You're quite
No.
You are.
Okay, let me give you the name.
Y'all gotta get to a point and land the plane.
Now my point is that Duvalier, the father, had no help from the CIA, and he, as a Haitian man, wreaked havoc against Haitian people. And after he was done wreaking havoc, he installed his son to wreak more havoc. If we bring it to current day, Jovenel Moise, his own wife, had something to do with his murder. And it was Haitians in the diaspora that supported that didn't want him in. So again, Haitians' problem, they like to say the CIA. I asked the brother for receipts, and he said out of his own mouth, we don't have receipts. I know people that live there. There is nothing on the internet that says that supports. Wait. Let me land. That nothing, no research supports that the CIA had any involvement in the installment or support of Papa Doc Duvalier. That was him on a pro-back card to get rid of the mulatto establishment. You failed in providing your receipts. So like a lot of you guys come up with these fantasies about American involvement, and we wasn't even involved unless it was time to take him out.
That's such an ignorant. You see why that's such an ignorant thing? It's kind of like things like redlining. Or
No. Tell me how that is ignorant, brother.
No.
Tell me how that is ignorant.
Allow me to. I'll even give you 2 examples. While it is true that if you look at the letter of the law since 1865, and you were to just look at the letter of the law, there's nothing saying that they're stopping black people from having certain things. There was just separate.
Brother, keep it to Haiti. I don't want to go to America. Let's keep it in Haiti.
Because it's an ignorant thing. Not every.
No, but you're saying it's ignorant, but you didn't disprove me, brother.
Well,
show me CIA involvement. CIA. Yes, sir. CIA. Go.
No. You see, you're not gonna box me in. No. That's no.
Box you into the topic?
No. Let me explain, right? Because I'll give you a very good example. Not everything is going to be necessarily written down to the letter of the law where they're going to say, oh, Duvalier, he got help from X. One great example, one great historical example of this is Russian history with what happened during the Soviet eras. Many of the things that were written about Gulag and in Gulag, you're not going to be able to get resources from the Soviet government that's going to tell you, yeah, you know, we sent this many people into prisons, we buried them here, and this is what we did to them. That's the point that I'm getting at. And you're not
I agree with that point.
You're not going to have exact historical documents like that specifically to Duvalier. But what I
agree 100% with your point, right? So now my question to you is, where did you get your source? Where did you get your source for the CIA?
Give me an opportunity. Give me an
opportunity.
Okay,
brother.
It's from people who lived within the country, who were part of the who are part of the Duvalier government and who saw what was going on. And even if you say were to exclude that, right? You say we're just going to move this to the side. You still can't take away the 30 years of occupation in the fact that Citigroup financed the debt within Haiti. And that was part of the reason why the first occupation happened to begin with. That's the point that people are trying to get. And you still can't, just dismiss what happened to the then Haitian president after they had free and fair elections. Can we agree on that?
What I can agree on is that you totally danced around, tried to take me to Russia instead of giving me the receipts. I will agree with you that. Wait, hold on, brother. Let me agree with you for a second. Let me agree with you for a second and keep your context in it. Everything isn't going to be on a newspaper. It's not going to be front page news, right? Just like the CIA wouldn't put on front page news, hey, we're supporting Duvalier to put him in power, right? On a pro-black, a pro-black ticket to get out the mulattoes that we've been working with, right? That wouldn't happen. But my question to you was, how did you get this sensitive information that is not backed up by anything on record, and you just threw it out in the air and said that the CIA put him in power, and they did not? The CIA organized a coup with a guy that fought with the Tuskegee Airmen. His name was Alex Picot or something like that, and they tried to kill Duvalier. All 5 of them got deleted. After that, he put in his son, and you didn't address the Tonton Macoute, which goes to my point that Haitians in modernity are their own biggest problem. We jumped to that to Jovenel Moise. You didn't talk about that. The fact that his own wife and Haitians in the diaspora were responsible for the death of Jovenel Moise, who I heard was a good president. These are my points, and you're not addressing them. You're not addressing them.
And the situation with Jovenel, this is what I mean. You are getting partial information. And this Jovenel, not only was he deeply unpopular, but he was trying to find ways to subvert the political process so that he can get an extra year or 2 in power.
Who tried to kill him?
That is not
Who
true.
tried to kill him?
No one's really
Who tried to kill him
because no investigation was done.
No investigation? They investigated his wife. And Haitians in the diaspora, specifically in Miami.
Where are you getting the Carfax
specifically in Miami? And Haitians in the diaspora, specifically in Florida.
From whom? Because officially, when they did try to investigate it, the judge who was chief investigating and was leading the investigation was threatened with death threats. And the previous judge before that was killed. So
in Haiti, right?
Yes.
Of course, by Haitians. You're your own biggest problem.
Good Lord.
There's no semblance of justice. There's no semblance of order. Haitians have been having their hands out to the American people, and when it don't go their way because they squander all the donations, hold on, brother. Let me finish. They squander all the donations that they've been giving, all the humanitarian aid is being stolen by gangs, and then you guys turn around and say, oh, you guys didn't help us properly. Hold your own nuts, stand on your own 2 feet, and fix your country, bro. Stop killing your leaders, stop hurting your people, and blame it on France from 400 years ago.
You can't come in and just say, I have people who live in the country. My mom is in the back right here, listening to all of this. And even she did.
That's fine.
Where
respect to your mom. I'm not debating your mom.
I get it, but she's been living she was part of the original founding members of the Lavalas party while in Haiti. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And in fact,
don't bring your mom into it, brother.
The money that was wired as part of the assassins that were caught were not even Haitians. There was 2 Americans, a bunch of Colombians, and other people from South America. There wasn't any Haitians involved. And there
was no Haitians in the diaspora. That's cap. Talk about his wife. Why was his wife under investigation? Why was his wife under investigation?
Pou ki li madem pou ki sa Maril te lan en bas
No, don't ask your mom. Pukisa means why. Don't ask your mom. I'm asking you. Stop tapping in with everybody else. I'm asking you.
You gotta give KB credit for him
KB
being
got
so
Alex for
young.
backup over there.
No, it's
You
not. It's
always
not.
got
It,
allies.
no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's
He got his
not
brother back
backup.
there.
It's about asking people who were there.
No, but I would have to call your source into question.
Oh, I mean, we just live there and have family there. You know.
I don't think you speaking French now. You lived in Haiti?
Me? Yeah.
Oh, okay. You should be a little more thankful for what you have in America, then, brother.
Jesus Christ! What I'm trying to convey to you, it's like we keep going round and round. Like we keep.
Y'all are funny.
No, but I want someone to fact check me. Someone who has access to a computer. Google Jovenel Maurice's wife.
Hold on. Come here. Come here.
Lindsay is sitting there fact checking as we talk.
She's asking his mom if she want to do something.
If you guys look at the chat, Lindsay is fact checking you guys. But hey, if you guys look at,
don't bring your mother on, brother.
One of the guys who was head in the whole assassination plot was arrested, and a judge here in Florida mentioned this guy cannot be prosecuted because he's an asset to the CIA and he works for Homeland Security. He was a Colombian.
Who was that? Your uncle, bro? You brought your uncle up?
No, you could look it up on Miami Herald. His case
I'm
was
not
sealed
gonna debate with you about my brother.
under the guise of Homeland Security. Look it up.
Okay. Who am I speaking to respectfully?
Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. How you doing? My name is Jamel. Brother Jerry, going back before Jovenel Moïse, going back to Papa Doc Duvalier, did you understand that the CIA put him in power?
Of course.
Can you prove it?
He was necessary. He was necessary to keep communism from spreading into the Americas.
Now, what's your evidence, brother?
What's my evidence?
Yes.
I'd have to dig deeper for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let me ask you this question. The same mulattoes that live in Pétionville, the same mulattoes that have been the establishment, you know who I'm talking about, right? Well, that's what they're characterized in Haiti at that point.
No.
Were they not the ruling class at a certain point?
I lived in Haiti for 17 years. That whole concept, mulattoes, that was not a very public thing in reality. People use that as an excuse to say, oh yeah, Papa Dog this, Papa Dog that. But in reality, the mulattoes were actually foreigners who came and have kids with the locals.
Right. And those are technically mulattoes.
The majority of those mulattoes did not have Haitian passports. They all had French or European passports.
But they had power, though. These are the offspring, T-Vice, that group T-Vice?
Yeah.
Their grandfathers come from Exactly. This is who you're talking about. These are the mulattoes that I'm talking about, brother. But these mixed race Haitians, did they not have political power in Haiti back then?
Of course they did.
This is my point. So Papa Doc Duvalier was trying to take that power away from that mulatto ruling class.
And he did.
And thank you. He did it. America, the CIA would never support a black man trying to install black politics in a majority black country unless it would be in the favor of America. The coup. Hold on, brother. Let me finish. I'm gonna give you the mic back, Jerry. I like this conversation, brother. When there was a pilot, a mulatto Haitian pilot who fought with the Tuskegee Airmen, and 4 or 5 American soldiers tried to take Papa Doc out, and they got killed. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
So you're agreeing that Americans tried to take Papa Doc Duvalier out. So you can't, on one side, put him in, and then on the other side take him out. That's working against your own message. He was there and he became an autocrat and started doing bad for the people. You know better than I do the horrors that the Tonton Macoute did perpetrate on the Haitian people.
Oh, absolutely.
That's Papa Doc that's Papa Doc's group, brother. They were dressed in blue. I remember seeing the Tonton Macoute. That just translates to boogeyman. And I'm like, damn, a Tonton Macoute. But that's my point with your nephew, is that this guy was a horrible thing for Haitian people, and he was Haitian. we have similar people in America. We call them Uncle Toms. Horrible for Black American people. You know, sometimes they have, you know, the government
But can I say something?
controlling them.
Hello?
Yes, brother, go on.
Hello?
I'll be
Go
quiet.
ahead. If you can't hear him, go ahead. Go ahead. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Mr. Jerry? KB, can you hear us?
In and out. KB?
Monsieur Jerry, parlez.
I think he lost the sound. He's gonna have to come
You
in
know,
again.
so let me just say this. There's a reason why I wanted to have the one-on-one with KB without any interruptions. You see, when I said something, he called Cap, and then he had no receipts, and then he had to bring in the cavalry. He had to call in Mom's, Uncle Jerry, and the other brother had to try to save him. KB officially took his loss on his Haitian history from a Black American.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I have to
but
remind him
sometimes,
that.
hey, to be real, sometimes I be calling that in on conversations I can't hold up to, because I don't know the Nigerian story as much as he does. I just know what I know. You know, so sometimes you do have to call in reinforcement to make sure you're giving accurate information. I ain't hating on that. But when you started kicking out the facts and his uncle was agreeing, then obviously you're consistent with the information, even
Hello?
though there's not facts. Yeah, okay, Jerry's back. Okay, can you guys hear us?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess I accidentally muted. Let me tell you something, a little quick story about that era.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a good man? Maybe. Was he an absolutely bad man? Probably. The evidence points to both. Why did they try to take him out? Because they wanted somebody who was more pro-Americans. Not because he was bad, and not because he was the perfect one for them, but at the same time, they did not want instability in the region. Again, like I said, they did not want communism to spread in the Americas.
That's a standard move through the American government. They did it in Iraq. Look at who they put in. Saddam, right? Put Saddam in against Iran. And Saddam started getting big-headed, and they had to slap him around. That's the first Gulf War. They still left him in power. But then the second time around, they went ahead and took him out.
But what happened when Saddam was no longer useful to them?
They took him out.
Exactly. Same thing with Syria, with Gaddafi. And if you keep looking around, they install dictators, and when that dictator decides, hey, you know what, I want to think about my country, they get rid of him because they're against American policies, American interests. So if you look back, of course you haven't lived in Haiti, so you probably wouldn't know. During Papa Doc's era, gun was strictly for military use. No civilian could own a gun, regardless of what level you are or what class you came from. Mulatto, blacks, poor, rich, you could not own a gun. That's that. And if you've discovered owning a gun, you get executed or you get put in jail. Anywhere in the country, even as far as the countryside where you have the farmers, one gunshot is fired. That person who fired that shot will be sitting in jail within 3 hours. and interrogated as to why that shot was fired, and it better be justified. My uncle was cleaning his service arm. Mind you, he was the president's bodyguard, Papa Dog's bodyguard, and accidentally discharged that firearm that was being cleaned. He spent 3 days in jail. Yet, it was a dictatorship. However, it had rules. Same way, if you are, at the time, if you are walking the street, you finish eating an ice cream. Well, at the time, they didn't have ice cream with wrappers and stuff. Let's say a piece of candy. You drop that wrapper on the ground. Two things will happen. You either go to jail, or you'll get your ass whooped. You're thinking, yeah, issue them a fine? No. The reason they did that is because they know the rich can't afford a fine. But nobody wants a beating. So they make sure the rich don't do it because the poor will not do it. They had full sanitation service, and I can tell you, life was more affordable for the people at the time. Why? Because the government had rules set in place, and the government, although it was a dictatorship, the government did not force the rich to comply with pricing. Instead, what the government set in place was what we would call, in Haiti, they call it parc industriel. Like in literal translation would be like an industrial park. But what it really was is everything that the country produces goes to the central warehouse. Well, not in the capital exactly, but in the local central warehouse, where it is distributed to the sellers at affordable price. And those sellers are told, this is the maximum price you can ask for that product. If you want to ask for less, that's fine. If you want to produce your own and sell it at a lower price, that's fine. You just can't go above that threshold. And the threshold had a margin. If you're discovered doing what they call now in the US price gouging, you broke the law. You go to jail. Now, after Baby Doug got ousted, you know what happened? The rich came around claiming, yeah, it's a democracy, everybody needs the right to compete. The government said, okay, since America was pressuring them, and America no longer really needed Haiti anymore, since the Soviet Union was no longer there, hence the threat disappeared. What did they do? They forced the government to sign a contract to open Haiti for international business. And those same rich guys were importing subsidized rice from the US, flooding the market. And the condition they received it was they paid no tariff. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, Clinton confessed that he single-handedly destroyed Haiti's production because he forced Aristide to sign an agreement to actually not only eliminate the taxes completely on American import, and since the rice and all the producers coming from the US were already heavily subsidized by the American government, it was but dirt cheap, and they flooded the country with them paid no taxes, to the point where the local farmers in Haiti, see no point in producing anything because theirs automatically became more expensive than the imported produces. So they moved to the capital city to look for jobs to earn money instead of producing and selling. Now, to get back to what I was saying, when hold on a minute. To get back to the previous thing I was saying, we had the central warehouse where the government was selling everything at a reasonable price so that the public can afford it. Those same so-called capitalists came after the government gave them the no tax deal. As long as whatever you're importing is inside a container, it gets into the country for free. They were happy. They said the only condition they received was to keep life affordable, keep the food prices low so the public can afford them. They agreed to that. Then a few months later, they came back to the same government and say, oh, we can't compete with the price of the warehouse. Since the government was the one, selling, and they were selling at a lower price than we can afford, we want you to close that because we can't compete with the government. The government agreed. Less than a year later, a can of milk that used to sell for 50 cents, half a Haitian gourd, was selling for 2.5 gourd. The price jumped by 5. Less than 2 years. And that's what we're suffering for right now. And if I can guarantee you hear, yeah, Aristide was bad, he was supporting gangs and so on. Bullshit. Was he good? Not 100%. Was he at fault for signing that agreement with Clinton back in 1994? Yes, he's at fault. I hate him for it because
Hey, Jerry.
he participated, just a minute, he participated in the destruction of the national production.
Right.
But you know what else? I can tell you, you know why he was actually ousted out of the country? Aside from being anti-American, the reason he was ousted was because that contract, which was signed after Baby Duck got ousted, was coming to an end. It was about to expire. And Aristide say, since you guys did not obey the contract, I am going to let it expire. No more tax haven for you. No more tariff free for you. You're all going to have to pay just like everyone else because the treasury is empty. And also, he wanted to renege on the contract with Clinton, saying he's going to put tariff on those imported goods in order to protect our national production. Those are the reason why he was kidnapped.
Okay. Now, Jerry, let me ask you 2 points real quick. Thank you for this history lesson because it quantifies a lot of things historically with Haiti. And
Yes.
since you were there and it's lived experience, something you lived through, so can't nobody write that in a history book with the detail that you gave. What I want to ask is, when Clinton admitted to this wrongdoing, did he say what drove him, or what was the factor that made him say or do what he did to Haiti with the rights?
Of course not. He admitted that in front of Congress.
Okay, but he didn't
didn't
say
give
why
details.
he did it. Okay.
No.
Now,
All he said is he regretted it.
Lindsay alludes to iridium, which is found in large quantities in Haiti. Do you think that has a driving factor? It's actually worth more than gold and Bitcoin now.
Well, Haiti is sitting on a mine of heavy metals and potentially radioactive ones too. Basically, the mine, what they see as the potential mine is half of the country going into half of the Dominican Republic as well. basically like right in the center of the island.
Right. But do you think that precious metal is a driving factor behind the corporations doing what they're doing to kind of drive down the economy so they can dictate how that resource is drawn out? Because obviously, with the state of Haiti right now, you guys don't have the wherewithal, the resources to even take advantage of that metal that might be still in the ground. You know what I mean?
No, that's not the reason. I'll tell you two reasons. One reason Haiti sits, I forgot. I was reading that yesterday. There's a shipping lane between Haiti and Cuba, which is one of the driving factors why we had problems, especially with the Europeans. Because after Haiti became independent, they took control of that waterway. It's basically like the Panama Canal. A lot of the international transport in the Atlantic go through that. And because we took control of it, and Cuba was on the other side, Cuba was not really too interested in relinquishing control. So with Haiti being there, that's the first factor. They want to control whatever goes into that canal at any time. Americans want that. Just like Panama had been unstable for a very long time because America wanted control of the Panama Canal. The second reason, believe it or not, especially with the current administration being so racist, it's because Haiti was the first black nation to fight back against the whites and expelled them, succeeded in expelling them. That is a bad example for a lot of people. And if you dig a little bit deep, you might find the Haitian emperor back in 1806, I believe, wrote a letter to the then American president offering to buy every slave in the United States, to buy their freedom.
With what money? They were indebted to France.
Oh no, we had a lot of money.
But you were indebted to France, which you guys just finished paying off, I think in the late 1980s.
I said 1806, brother. 1806.
I understand that. But even with your liberation, listen, I'm not taking anything from Haiti and your warrior class. I'm not taking anything away from that. But at the end of the day, with those mulattoes that negotiated the treaty between France and Haiti was also a payback agreement from Haiti to France.
All right.
For your freedom.
That
was not paid off in one lump sum. That was not paid off in one lump sum. That was paid over in payments.
That indemnity didn't come until around, I believe, 1825.
Okay. But it was still there.
About 1806. Fresh off, we had a lot of money. And we were trading. When we offered that, the American president was insulted.
Yeah, why would they want a black person buying off all their slaves?
Exactly.
Of course, it's an insult.
And one of this, he didn't reply to the emperor at the time, but one of the things he said was that those black nations who just kicked off the white is a bad example for the slaves we have here, and as a result, suppressed any news about the Haiti's revolution in America. That was heavily suppressed.
Okay.
And that's also one of the reasons why Haiti is suffering right now. And as for the indemnity that we paid, the reason we ended up paying that indemnity is because the guys who agreed in the Haitian government to pay off the indemnity were set to receive a large sum of it. They had conflict of interest.
So they were getting a commission or finder's fee based on agreeing to it?
No, they were descendants. of those
Oh.
European settlers. The indemnity would pay.
So you're saying the mulatto class was getting paid off of that as well? That indemnity.
Exactly.
Brother Cherry, I have a
Okay.
question. Because a lot of people don't know this. The first president of the Haitian Republic, I believe it's the first president, offered a safe haven for Black Americans in America to move to Haiti. Correct?
That wasn't even the president. That was part of the Haitian Constitution. Any blacks who step foot on Haitian soil is considered free. That was one of the bases for the first Haitian Dominican War. But at the time, it wasn't Dominican; it was Spanish. Because a few Spanish slaves crossed the border into the Haitian side, and the Spanish slave masters requested them back, and the emperor wrote back, any blacks who step foot on Haitian soil is free.
You know what? To collaborate that story, ironically, the Spanish-American War, even though it could have been fought in Dominica as well, they sent our Buffalo Soldiers to the Philippines because they knew if the Buffalo Soldiers stepped across on Haitian soil, they were going to be freed anyway.
Well, that's one of the stories that a lot of people don't know about Haiti being a safe haven for Black Americans while they were still in slavery. And there was a number that went and moved to Haiti, and then some left once slavery was ended in America. So I just wanted people to understand that there was a safe haven in Haiti for Black Americans during slavery.
Yes, there was. And one of the reasons it was a safe haven as well was because two of the generals in the Haitian military that did the revolution came from America. Henry Christophe came from America. They fought in the American War. And then they were sold off. They were sold off to the French colonies because they were promised their freedom. And while they were promised their freedom, if they fight in the war, they did. America won. And what did America do? They just turned a blind eye. When those guys, those soldiers, went and asked for their freedom, they get laughed off. They get arrested, and then they were told, we're gonna sell you to the worst colonies imaginable where you will suffer. And they sold them to a ship in Louisiana with explicit orders to dump them in the French colony of Haiti, which is exactly what happened. That's why for a long time, many people didn't know that the North spoke English. That's also why we have difference in our dialects in Haiti. There are many words in the North that are very close to English, and if you come from the North, let's say you go to Port-au-Prince, and like a Northerner come to Port-au-Prince, they instantly recognize, yeah, that's the North dialect. The rest of the country speak one dialect except the one in the North where Christophe was emperor.
Oh, Brother Jerry, I want to thank you for dropping all these historical facts, corrections, and revelations. I knew about the connection between Black Americans and Haiti and that safe haven for us. I think that's more of a flex than a lot of times people say, yeah, we were the only ones that fought for our freedom. Because I know you know, Jerry, that Black Americans and every single enslaved person in the diaspora has fought for their freedom. But there's been a narrative going around that only Haitians were successful. There were a lot of people that had successful rebellions in small pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to add to what you said, it was true, but there was a reason for that. The reason we succeeded wasn't because we wanted freedom so much. It's because of the way the French colonies were ran. The treatment the French colonies received from their masters. If American slaves were receiving that same treatment, I guarantee you Washington would have burned. Because it was
that
horrible.
severe. Yeah.
It was, like I said before, they sold Christophe and Dessalines to a French colony because it was so bad. And if you look into if you watch Django Unchained, there was a reference in there. They were gonna sell Django to a French colony. That's how bad, how horrible they were treating their slaves. And America had it somewhat good, the slaves. I mean, they had that law where if you mistreat your slave and he dies as a result of mistreatment, you can't collect insurance on it. So those slaves were insured, so there was a reason to keep them alive as long as possible. In French colony, there was none of that. There was none of that. So that's one of the reasons you used to hear, yeah, Haitians were violent even back in the days, but that violence, we learned it and we had to improve it because it was necessary for survival.
That same violence and that tone is what I bring up all the time with how they bred that violence into us as well.
Yeah, they did. In America, they did. The violence I'm seeing now, it's not warranted. True. But at the same time, one of the things I keep telling a lot of people, and something I would like to mention for you guys, you hear about, the assassination of the president, Jovenel.
Yeah.
Why was he assassinated? Anybody ever ask why?
Well, they said because he was not allowing the COVID vaccine into the country. That's the rumor.
I'm sorry, that's also bullshit. Sorry. He was not allowed the COVID vaccine into Haiti because it was a trial. And he was not willing to use the public as a guinea pig.
Same thing with Africans.
And
COVID vaccine was not a melanated problem. It was more of a white tea problem.
There you go. That's the second thing. The third reason also is something that is slowly but systematically disappearing in America. What I would call first world problems. Imagine you go out there, you're walking down the street, you shake hands with your friends. As you're walking past, you enter the grocery store, you say, oh, that's a nice looking grape. You grab one, you throw it in your mouth, assuming it should be safe. In Haiti, we don't have that luxury. We know we must wash everything we eat. If we're gonna eat meat, it needs to be thoroughly cooked. Eggs needs to be thoroughly cooked. When we get home, we wash our hands and face. That's why COVID had a hard time spreading around Haiti. Because we practice personal hygiene since we were a third world country. And in addition to that, well, COVID does not really prevail in an environment that are predominantly tropical. Now, the reality why Jovenel was assassinated, there are many things at play. Among those few things, I'll tell you, he was accused of stealing some money that was given by the Venezuelan government, well, loaned to Haiti by the Venezuelan government for the development of Haiti, also called Petro-Caribe. So that money was signed in 2006. The contract was signed in 2006. The money was available to the Haitian government. And I had just left the country at the time, a year after I left. Well, less than a year after I left, it was signed. From 2006 until 2016, that's 10 years. If you go, even on Wikipedia, you look up Haitians' annual budget expense year by year from 2000 to 2016, you will notice our budget never exceeded even $50 million annual governmental spending. In 2006, it was about $19 million, despite the money being there. Until the president that came right before Jovenel, which was Martelly, came into power. Our budget went from $24 million the previous year to $460 million.
Wow.
And that kept growing and growing until the money ran out. Now, you would ask yourself, where did the money go? What did we do with it, right?
Yep.
Why didn't we fix the problem with the earthquake in 2010? The money never made it to the government, but it went out. This is how the money was supposed to be given. Let's say, I'm just gonna use the name on my screen. Black Cleaner is an oil company distributing oil in Haiti. Cool Kim is also distributing oil. Ronan imports produces in Haiti and also do some other trades. Now, Black Cleaner wants to buy oil. He knows, okay, I have a contract with the Venezuelan government. The $25 billion was given as oil. So since I have an oil voucher for $25 billion, I wrote Black Cleaner a letter saying, yes, you can go to Venezuela. They will give you the oil you need. Let's say, hypothetically, Black Cleaner buys $5 million of oil. Cool Kim buys $20 million of oil. The goal is to introduce it into the country. Resell it, sometimes sell it on the international market. It's all fine. It's yours. Now, in order for Black Cleaner to sell it in the country, Black Cleaner requires me to pay to subsidize the oil because it needs to be refined. Not only Venezuela invested in giving Haiti a refinery, I invested in having a second and third refinery. I am paying Black Cleaner to subsidize the oil. I paid Black Cleaner to rent the tanker to go pick up the oil. Black Cleaner brings the oil, refines it for free, sell it to the public. In exchange, the government gets their cut, but Black Cleaner never pays. Cool Kim sell it on the international market, made me pay for the transport and everything, all the logistics. Cool Kim never paid. Every time it comes for Black Cleaner to pay, suddenly there's a shortage of US dollars. There's never even enough US dollars. They want to pay me in the local currency. And then for me to pay back Venezuela, I have to buy the US dollars from Black Cleaner and Cool Keem. And it was the same thing that applied with Ronin. They charge me, hey, you know, I want to import some stuff, you know, for kids to subsidize school supplies. I paid for it. I paid for the logistics. Either they never arrive, or when they arrive, they are lower quality, useless. Basically, I pay Ronin to buy trash to throw away in my country. And I subsidize the trash as well. So that's what Jovenel was trying to stop. He gave several mega corporations in the country government contracts to develop the country. First thing, provide electricity. Second step, provide clean water. Third step, build roads and other infrastructures necessary for the country to circulate. None of it came to light. When he pressured those mega corporations, they couldn't have an answer. They kept trying to bribe him. He refused bribes. Then they ran around claiming, oh yeah, you know, Jovenel stole the money. It was a whole riot about it. I even had a friend who called me, oh yeah, you know, I want you to post #PetroCaribe. And I had to tell her, let me dig a little bit into the PetroCaribe stuff. And I did. And when I get back to her, she was like, yeah, you know, I want you to support what's going on, support the movement. I'm like, I'm not going to support your movement. First of all, I wasn't aware this existed. I just heard about it. When I went and did my digging, I found out when it was signed. And I went and looked into the governmental budget. The budget exploded under Mateli, the singer president. And I found out there were people here in the US who never stepped foot in Haiti getting paid as employees in Haiti with that money. And I told her, where were you when that contract was being signed? Oh, I was in Haiti. What did you do? Did you collect any money from that? No, I didn't get anything from it. I didn't get anything either. Why would you want me to fight for it while you did it? And when she kept saying, yeah, you know, it's him. He stole the money. He stole the money. I said, no. Look into the national budget. You'll find the paper trails. Imagine a government official, a low government official, low level, getting a car that already base pay costs $80,000 to $100,000 US dollars. Then sent it to a company that charged close to $1 million to bulletproof it. And then ship it to Haiti. And once their term is over, they get to keep the car. The new person to take their place doesn't want to drive the old car. No, that's old car. This guy who used to drive it, I don't want to drive that. I want a brand new one. And the brand new one gets ordered for that person. The US had nothing to say about that. So I explained to them, I said, imagine you go to a party. You heard, yeah, there's going to be a party at 4 p.m. Everyone is invited in the neighborhood. So the rich and powerful came in early. They see the food is ready, everything is getting prepared. They went and dug in there and picked up most of the food, put it in plates, you know, and ordered their workers to go and put it in my car. Around 3:30, most of the food is gone. They see a homeless guy passing around, you know, begging, a panhandler. They call him, hey, you want to eat? Sure, I'm hungry. Come. They give him the leftovers. Comes 4 o'clock, the public comes around and say, hey, we're coming for the party. Oh, there's no more food. Who ate all the food? Oh, this guy did. They put the finger at the peddler. Why? Because he took the leftovers, not knowing he was being handed, not knowing he was going to be made the scapegoat. He knew that was leftovers, but he thought everybody was cool with it until the truth came out. And that's the guy they want to beat for eating all the food for the party. That was Jovenel. Imagine the public supposedly rose against Jovenel. They're starving, they're hungry. Yet, they can buy or rent welding equipments that are very expensive in Haiti to weld barricades, get cinder blocks that are very expensive in Haiti to block roads, literally build a wall on the road. And you're telling me that was done by the people? No, that was bullshit. It was paid for. Even Andrew Zimmer, he is very famous for going around, tasting different food. When that shit was going on in 2018, he went around with his own camera, filming it. And he was saying that is not the work of Haitian public. That's the work of people who paid to have that done. He used to own a really nice resort in Haiti. Well, he had to run for his life. They almost killed him. He had to sell the resort. All because he told the truth. And the other reason why many people claim, America was not behind the Jovenel assassination, that's also BS. They were. Who comes to the president's house announcing themselves, DEA, lower your weapon? Nobody would ever dare try that. And to make matters worse, there's a reason for that too. Shortly before his assassination, he agreed to have a Russian embassy in Haiti, something we never did. For a long time, Haitians were very welcome in Russia. I know a lot of Haitians who moved to Russia. I have friends and neighbors who did. Back when I was in Haiti, some of them did move to Russia. Just because Jovenel was having agreements with China, Japan, Turkey, and Russia, that was enough. Because they did not want Russia to step foot into Haiti. And at the same time, when Jovenel was asking for help to curb the gang violence, and America was like, well, we can't deal with that. That's a Haitian problems. Russia offered help. Russia said, if you agree, I will send soldiers to clean.
But do you know why Russia is helping, though, right? Because they get a geographical location that's closer to the United States.
Exactly.
Same thing with Cuba.
Exactly.
And other countries.
The difference
China
is
down in Venezuela, all these countries, all these communist nations or socialist nations are trying to get a foothold closer to the Americas. That's the point.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Since we don't have a well-structured government, we don't have the structure we used to have back when Papa Doc was in power. That's how they were able to get to him. The reason all the plots failed against Papa Doc was not because he was an invincible man. No. He was very clever at setting up the 8 lines of defense. I don't know if anybody knows what the 8 lines of defense are.
Enlighten us.
Well, It's a
Land the plane, but
drug
not 2
dealers.
hours later.
It's a drug dealers thing. The 8 line of defense, where they set up perimeters. The first line are just farmers, but they're not farmers really. They are disguised as farmers, you know. But they are
Lookouts.
informants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The second line are not armed either, but they can fight. The third line are armed. By the time you get to the third line, the center already knows what's coming. They already tipped him off. Many times they come into the country, they try to plot against Papa Doc, and those guys who try to plot against him get arrested. Some of them, they plan everything with the locals, and the locals led them directly into the police station, the disguised police station. That's why they were so afraid. They figured if they keep trying, eventually American blood will spill. And they couldn't do a direct attack on Papa Doc, because if they did, nothing is going to stop Papa Doc from running to the Soviets and get help. Cuba was right next door. As a matter of fact, you can stand on Haiti's mountain, furthest peak, and you're looking at Cuban lights on the horizon. That's how close they are. Like literally 15 minutes by boat.
So for those that don't understand, line of sight on the water is 25 miles. So it's less than 25 miles wide.
Probably. So that's the reason. But now, since we don't have any of these in place, we don't have a way to actually protect the president or any government officials in reality. So they were able to get to him because they're afraid he was gonna go to the enemy, I would say, to the competitor.
Okay, we done gone through a whole Haitian history lesson here tonight.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm glad it came from Uncle Jerry, because we would have shut KB up. We'd have told him to wrap it up.
Yeah, he doesn't really know much about Haitian history.
Well, he tries. Don't give him some credit. He tries a little bit.
Nah, here's the problem with that. He gets most of his stuff fed from the media.
Damn, you got a whole resource like you, and he'd rather get it from the media?
Well, he probably doesn't know how much I know about it. But
well, you gotta start enlightening him.
I'll give you an example how the media portrays Haiti. 2004, I was in Haiti. Actually, not even 2004.
All right, Jerry.
Yes.
We're not gonna do a whole another hour.
No. About 2 minutes max. During the election of Aristide in 2001, if I'm not mistaken, I was in school. My school was actually not across, but very close to the National Palace. Actually, I can stand on my school balcony and see everything that's going in the National Palace court. And if I have binoculars, I can see through the windows. That's how close I was. And I used to see protests in favor of Aristide. How big they used to get. Like massive. The whole capital is on lockdown. No cars or motorcycles move around. When they were going for the anti-Aristide protesters, they cut part of those videos and insert them into the protest for anti-Aristide. When I used to stand on my school balcony and looking at a few groups going around and they are against Aristide, I'm like, what a bunch of crack. You're not going to get traction because you're not popular. But according to CNN, it was the most popular uprising against Aristide. So, same way, a lot of times they'll tell you, yeah, Haiti is very violent. There's a lot of shit going on in Haiti. And then the journalists or the reporter would just go there, film the heat of the incident. Even if they have the beginning, middle, and end, they will cut out the beginning and give you the middle to show you how bad it get. But they will never tell you
Uncle Jerry,
why
I
it
have a
started
question,
or
brother.
how it ended.
Uncle
Yes.
Jerry, who is Christian Emmanuel Sanon, and where's he
He's a
from?
football player. He's a soccer player.
You're starting trouble, bro.
He's not the guy who wanted to be the president of Haiti, who started the coup against who got this guy assassinated.
Yes, he was.
Sanon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be the president. So, like I was telling KB, a lot of Haitians' problems come from Haitians in the diaspora themselves. This guy was a Haitian diasporan who wanted Jovenel Moise's position. That's why they were yelling DEA, because that dude was a snitch, a Haitian snitch for America that wanted to get rid of the Haitian president.
No, actually, he was a sellout. True. At one point, I will agree with that. But at the same time, he may not have a choice. Because I do know, you heard about Guy Philippe?
Mm-mm.
Well, Guy Philippe was the guy who actually led the coup against Aristide in 2004. He went back to the country and he ran for Senate. And he got elected for his department. I would say his state, equivalent of a state here. He got elected as a senator. And one of the things he said, once elected, I will tell the truth. I will tell the truth. One day before he got sworn in as an official senator, he got arrested by DEA operatives, transported to Miami immediately, went to court trial and everything. He was accused of a scam, housing scam in the US, as a real estate scam. He was accused of a real estate scam and drug trafficking into Miami. But here's the funny thing. The dude never had a US green card. He never came to Miami officially.
But Sanon did. Sanon, he's Haitian, and then he was, I think he was the mastermind of the coup, or in a broader sense, a puppet.
He was never the mastermind. He was just the face, the puppet face.
That was getting to that. You could be a puppet for a bigger plan.
Yes.
Last question, brother, because I got to get this l'argent. Michel Martelly, Sweet Mickey, was he a good president or a bad president? And the second part of it, is he classed as a black man in Haiti, or is he classed as a mulatto? Go.
He's classed as a mulatto. He is actually half brother to the Tivice brothers. That many people don't know.
Oh, that's crazy, because he was going at T-Vice at one point, like really disrespectfully. I don't know if you heard that back and forth.
It's just marketing puns.
Okay.
They are family. They are related, like by blood. And in addition to that, I would say Martelly, he came up as a president who would do good. He had a lot of potential. He had a lot of opportunity to do good. But by far, he became the worst president I've ever seen or heard of in Haiti. Literally, he destroyed the Haitian education system. He overhauled
He got it. He got empowered and started singing "I Don't Care."
No,
I don't care.
No. It would have been better if he had just said, "I don't care." Just be have an attitude of laissez-faire. But he didn't. He actually went and changed things. He got rid of a lot of things. One of the things he got rid of is global history in Haiti. He got rid of the study of literatures. where kids go to school, they just learn A, B, C, D, okay, verb, subject, accord, and that's it. You're good to go. You know how to read, but you don't know how to think. You don't know how to analyze. You don't know how to make decisions. And these are the kids now I've had to deal with. They're like in their 20s, maybe in their 30s now. And there are a lot of subjects when I try to address, there are a lot of authors and philosophical subjects. When I try to speak with them about it, they look at me like, you're crazy. You're so old. This is a new age. He literally made it close to what America has right now. No critical thinking.
They say that to us all the time there, brother. Doing the crew.
Well, Haiti is becoming that now. And it
oh, you
pisses
too
me off.
old to know. You a hater, OG. You don't know what's going on. Okay. We don't know what's going on.
Sound like KB.
KB be saying that, age shaming. Yo, is Cool King still here?
Yeah.
I'm still here, brother. I'm just,
He's
sometimes
fading
I got
like me. I'm fading too.
right. No, I got.
I'm gonna let KB
I
take
got
over.
2 ears.
Hello?
And I got 2 ears and
Thank
1
you for the
mouth.
lesson.
Yeah. All right, King. You don't even have to explain how many ears you got, brother. We know how many ears you have.
Yo, not crazy. Be quiet, bro. You had this conversation just go on for a whole half an hour because you want to start asking questions.
You blaming me? You blaming
Yeah,
me?
dog. Yeah, dog. With your fucking
No, you know what
inquisitive
though?
ass.
You know what though? Now we
Got done
know
on
where
your little
KB
date.
gets that long-winded nature of his. It runs in the fucking family. It runs in the family.
Right.
Oh Lord. All right.
See, he
KB
went over there
got
and took a
cooked.
nap. While
Got
his
cooked.
uncle
Yo,
was
first of all,
talking, KB went and took a damn nap. He's yawning from
he should have
waking
been
up.
taking notes. He should have been taking notes because he had to call the cavalry in after I hit him with the facts, Black American facts, and I ran circles around KB. He had to call Mama, Uncle Jerry. He had to call Mama, Uncle Jerry, and everybody
Uncle
else.
Jerry, come help me. Uncle Jerry.
Help me! Jerry Jr. KB is Jerry Jr.
Not lazy. Cut it out, bro. Now you starting to poke at this nigga again.
All right. I'm gonna leave it alone, bro.
What?
I'm just gonna eat my clam chowder.
All right, so we at 12 o'clock. This has been a great live topic. I appreciate you all joining the panel. Is there any final words? Let's start with Magnesi.
Hey, let him
Man,
play.
it was
You
a-
got 2 minutes. Let him play in 2 minutes, bro.
Man, put down that ripple. Now,
Nah, hey,
I
let him play
appreciate
in 2 minutes, bro. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
you're stopping me from. I'm seeing the runway, brother, and you keep waving me off. All right, but no. First of all, I want to apologize to Black Cleaner for flipping on that other dude. I just couldn't stand the being cut off when KB and I was having a healthy dialogue, spicy but healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I crashed out. Come on, King. Come on, brother.
Nah, we
So
like that,
salute to the
Kevin, bro.
show.
We like the controversy, bro. So, we ain't gonna
Okay.
never, stop that, but we just don't want it to get out of hand where you guys
I
are
got
talking
you.
over
I
each
got
other
you.
and nobody's getting the point across. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to avoid. It was a glaze fest between KB and that other brother, and I couldn't take it anymore. But salute, and I just want everyone to remember this show as the show that the OG, the age-shamed older black man, put the beat on KB on history about his own country. He had to tap out and call Uncle Jerry, Mama KB, and Glaze Master to help him survive a debate with an old ass geriatric man. I'm fitting to go take my arthritis pills and rub my back. I'm out.
Oh shit.
Salute.
What do you call us?
Magnesi.
Half-century old OGs, something like that. Half-century OGs. Isn't that the name you came up with, KB? Something like that.
Something like that, qualifying. I think I said qualify for some health benefits, some government benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think
You
it
next,
was
KB.
more
You
like
got any last words?
Yeah, I think you need to sit down with Uncle Jerry a little bit and take some notes.
I think it was like
I don't even know what he
educated.
said to you guys.
Exactly. Like I said, you went somewhere and went to sleep.
I was
I
away.
think
You need to
KB
be
said some shit like the
taking notes.
OG educated panel or some shit like that. What he said was smooth as fuck though. He called niggas old, but he called niggas smart at the same time.
He went to go get his bucket of ice cream, his bucket of Ben and Jerry's.
What? Nah, I'm right here. What?
You ain't let that go. That bucket thing is funny as hell. That bucket of ice cream. He said, "I don't even deal with the ice cream cone. Fuck that. Give me the bucket. I'm gonna eat straight out the bucket.
I ain't gonna
5 gallons worth of goddamn ice cream sent in front of
Alright,
me.
not 5. You going kind of crazy there, but yeah. Shit is fire.
So what's your final perspective on the topic, KB? Before you head out.
I mean, that was pretty much it. It's like people are just kind of ignorant about these types of things. A lot of the times immigrants, it's not so much that we think America is just that much better. It's just that there's not really a lot of other places that you can go. And, it doesn't help that, a lot of these countries make good faith efforts to ameliorate their situation. But there's a lot that goes into it than most people think. That's all.
Okay. I thank you for having you. Thank you very much for coming out on the panel. Thank you for inspiring, or being a catalyst to have this topic. And we'll see you next month when we talk about race again. And we try to do this fourth Monday of every month. So the fourth Monday of every month.
He said one of these shows is enough for a fucking
Monday.
month. I ain't talking
Say
about
again?
this shit for another 30 days. Fuck all that.
Well, hey, because we moving on. I got another topic next week, so
That's funny.
Yeah, check us out next Monday. This is gonna be the topic right here. The latte. It's Money Mindset Monday, the first of the month. So we're gonna be talking about real estate and how people could, instead of investing in that latte every day, they could actually save that money and go buy themselves some land for cheap and work on the land and develop it and be able to have a roof over their head. So hope everybody who's in the real estate, 020 with his house hacking, I look forward to seeing him on the panel to be able to talk about this. I'm gonna have a special guest come who actually is a friend of mine. Me and him have been in the military together, and he's also a real estate investor and was the one that also inspired me to be able to buy real estate myself. So he's gonna come on the panel as well. But yeah, everybody, I would definitely love to have you all and hear your perspective on next week's topic. But yeah, as I said, we're trying to keep it in order. And I appreciate everybody coming on the panel. What do you have to say, Ronan?
I mean, it was a great live. It was a lot of information given out, different perspectives. I love the history lesson with Haiti, but that wasn't necessarily the full brunt of what we were supposed to be talking about. But like I said,
Right.
KB, you need to sit down and learn some history from your uncle, man. I think it'd be a
That's
lot
my
better
brother.
off.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
that's your brother, Jerry?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Oh, you got
It's
a couple brothers over there? I know Alex. I didn't know there was a Jerry brother too.
Yeah, it's just two. Just two. He's the eldest.
Oh, okay. He much older than y'all?
He's like 40.
Okay. Well, damn, you say that like it's a bad thing, bro.
What? I just said he's like 40. Come
Y'all
on,
really make me old. The sister came up here
Bruh.
talking about the seniors, the elders at 61. I'm like, God damn. She's saying elders, and now you saying, oh, he's 40 something. I'm like, God damn, man, come on. We still young in this
Salute to Miss
game,
Maya
man.
for joining the panel.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely loved having the
Yes, sir. But
the
no,
enlightening
it was a
energy
great
coming
show.
to
Like
the
I said,
panel.
looking forward to your next one. This is your show, man. I ain't promoting nothing. I'm just happy to be able to come up on the panel and contribute to the conversation as always. Appreciate both you brothers, Cool King, both Black Cleaner. It should be in my chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to Black Cleaner, please do. Great information, great shows, always very consistent guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Also,
Shout out to
salute
you,
to
Ronnie.
Travel POV, and thank you, Travel POV, for the $5 cash app that he donated, the first donation that the channel has gotten. So I appreciate. Don, Travel POV be looking out for us, Keen, man.
Now you
done
better
gave
look
us
out for
the-
Just Dot. Just Dot loves to drop cash apps, so she might hit you
I
up
know,
too.
man. Cause
But it's called the
we
door.
might need a next week you know, a opening and an ending with them, you know, with our theme music that we got going on. Shout out to Travel POV for that.
Yeah, he be
'Cause
dropping some bombs, bro. I've run two of his songs too for my show. So yeah,
Yay.
POV got the intros on lock.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will say
salute to
so.
Travel POV. And what you got to say, Cool Keen, before we head out?
Not much. I like the panel this week. I like people that showed up. Shout out to the second female to pop up on our panel and show love and follow through and be consistent with thorough comments. So shout out to Miss Maya. And I'm looking forward to next week. We always do it how we do it, and we stay true to it. Next Monday will be another week down, another Monday up. So looking forward to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to say this to everybody. I love the tribal space, and I love the fact that the tribal space is diverse and that we could actually have people from the FBA culture, the Jamaican culture, and the Haitian culture to be able to come and dialogue, and not only have this dialogue, but have it be a healthy dialogue. And I definitely do believe that we all can, you know, sit down and work together as a family to be able to, you know, get something going on that all of us can agree upon. Just as I was saying earlier, okay, yeah, we're over here and we're fighting the good fight, and we're the ones that started, you know, this whole reparations argument. But this is also the catalyst that has also allowed the Jamaicans to actually petition their government themselves to petition England for reparations as well. So that's all we're looking as FBAs to do, is to also, you know, be the ones, just like the Haitian Revolution of 1804. They was the beacon of light to show the rest of the world during that time that you can fight for your freedom and win. And that's what actually started, you know, the slave revolts that was going on in Americas. And that also started the revolts that was going on in Latin America. You know, shout out to Simon Bolivar. We didn't even touch on that, how, you know, Simon Bolivar actually went to Haiti and got, you know, resources and backup and support to be able to free 5 of Latin Americans' country from Spain. So these are the things that we, as if we start to work together, we will be able to do. We all can get reparations. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is be able to come together and work and depend on each other as the foundation versus depending on their system. Because the thing is, when we start to depend on their system and them extra butter biscuits more than we depend on each other, that's when everything starts to fall apart. So I'm gonna end
Not
there.
the extra butter biscuits.
That's what it is. They looking for extra, you know, from the master's table, and the master knows that, so they were able to exploit that, and that's the thing that we definitely need to stop. So with that, I land. I appreciate everybody on the panel: Prime, Vacation Time with Ryan, Magnesi, Maya. Did I forget anybody? KB, Ronan.
So many people, man, came up today. That was a lot.
Yeah, and I appreciated every one of you all to be able to come up here and, you know, say your piece. And I look forward to you know, having you all come up and give us you all's perspectives on each panel. All right. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you, and we're out.
Yes, sir.
Love, peace, and here, Greece. Till next time, folks.
Peace.
Members that we love, that we've lost them, because I like to keep this tradition going. So this is a toast to family.
to family.
The Black Cleaner. Nate's Odyssey. Traveling while black. Real stories. No filters. Follow the journey. Across the world we've roam. Searching for peace while trying to build a home. Through the love and the loss, through the pressure and growth. The Black Cleaner speaking truths most people never told. Follow the journey. No filters, no pretending. Follow the journey. Real stories, never ending. From Panama nights to Cartagena views. Trying to understand life from a different point of view. Conversations get deep when the camera's cut on. Talking purpose, pain, and trying to stay strong. Traveling while black in a world full of judgment. Trying to find freedom while escaping the dysfunction. Some people chasing money, some searching for healing. Others just trying to understand what they really feeling. Nate's Odyssey, every episode authentic. Talking real life lessons, people scared to mention. Relationships changing, friendship fading slow. Trying to find your purpose while still learning to grow. Follow the journey. Across the world we roam. Searching for peace while trying to build a home. Through the love and the loss, through the pressure and growth. The Black Cleaner speaking truths most people never told. Follow the journey. No filters, no pretending. No, follow the journey. Real stories, never ending. Messy love Mondays and them late night talks. Money mindset streams while we question our thoughts. Building abroad but discovering yourself. Learning real freedom ain't just wealth. Black fatigue conversations hit different at night. Trying to carry pressure while still chasing the light. Every live stream feel like therapy sessions. Helping people navigate pain and direction. No fake flexing, just honest reflections. Travel stories mixed with life confessions. The beauty and struggle of the global economy. Trying to elevate beyond survival mentally. If you ever felt lost, if you ever needed change, if you ever question life, this journey might feel the same. Follow the journey. Across the world we roam. Searching for peace while trying to build a home. Trying to build through the love and the loss, through the pressure and growth. The Black Cleaner speaking truths most people never told. Follow the journey. No filters, no pretending. Follow the journey. Real stories, never ending. Travel, culture, relationships, reinvention. The Black Cleaner. Follow the journey.
Oh yeah, salute the Speaker Lives and educated Pookie for also being on the panel. I forget y'all. I just slightly had a brain fog, but I appreciate you all coming on the live as well. And a shout out to everybody that was in the panel: Foreign Skies, Chalupe, Felipe Lindsay, Tam, Mr. Peppers, DMV, Charlie Chan, of course. We had a lot. Jason Beaches. We had a lot of people that was actually in the chat this night. So I appreciate everybody for giving me your support, and I will see you all next week. Peace.
Peace.